This is Sandstorm.
Sanctuary, my sanctuary. Sanctuary,
This
my
is
sanctuary.
Sandstorm.
And you My heart's a battleground. As lost some losing. But one with that lush broken up. As lost some losing. And you show me how to see that nothing is more than nothing. It's broken. And you and I, there's a new land. We just know we never should broken up. The sanctuary, my sanctuary, yeah. Where fears and lies melt away. Music inside, we never should broken up. What's left of me? What's left of me now?
This is Sandstorm.
Yeah. Connect yourself with the word, so you're always online. Sonic can run fast, but my lord is always on time. Okay, I was doing the word, but only to check off the list. My lord didn't do me like that, so why would I do him like this? It's time to push his agenda, even if the odds are stacked. Because he makes a way out of no way, and he's got my back. Okay, you feel the pressure, huh? That ain't enough. We fall down, but now it's time to level up.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Geronimo, can you hear me? Okay, so I can't hear you, which means it must be me this time. Hold on. Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, so I can't hear you. No.
Wait, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yes.
It was me. It was me. My bad, y'all. My bad.
What
Double
is
muted.
what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are here for another Stormcast. We got the main man over here, Geronimo. How you doing, man?
Doing great, man. Appreciate the invite to hop on the show, and yeah, I'm just ready to talk about topics and chat with you on the chat.
Absolutely. So real quickly here. Sorry, hold on, baby Sandstorm. Hey, can you bring me a paper towel?
Yes.
And I will turn on your show. Baby Sandstorm needs her show on for her time. There we go. Okay. So a whole bunch of things before we actually start with the normal thing. First and foremost, thank you so much. Appreciate that. First and foremost, we gotta pray in because that's what we start off with. We start off with prayer on this channel. Are you gonna pray for us again?
No.
No.
I did last time.
Okay, do it one more time. Much appreciated.
Okay. Thank you, God, for this day. We thank you for this amazing day we have had today. We thank you for the food that you have served us today. We hope that we're just having a great day. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right.
Amen.
And thank you for healing. I think it was Jay who was sick last time. I can't remember. I believe it was Jay who was sick last time. But yes. So some housekeeping real quick. First and foremost, I would like y'all to welcome Geronimo as our latest member for the Stormcast. So you will be seeing him a lot more often
Oh yeah.
on the Stormcast. So yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate it again.
Absolutely. Second thing is Vito may or may not be here. I'm not sure 100%. But that is okay. He's got some things going on with family. So we want to make sure that he is cared for. So when we do our extra prayer, I'll make sure and pray over him. And I thought I had another one. I don't think so. I don't think I do. If you guys missed, I did get the opportunity to be on the on Nintendo Prime's channel this past Wednesday. Definitely go check it out if you didn't get the opportunity to check it out. It is about 3 hours, maybe a 4-hour podcast, but had a very good time, very great time representing the Stormcast. He did invite me to be on again, so I'm definitely looking to be on again. I don't know how soon. Could be next week, could be a month from now. So we'll see. With that being said, Geronimo's first time on here, so we are going to start off with the usual. And by the way, I did actually have a good icebreaker this time, but we got Geronimo on, and I would much rather do this and then wait for other people to jump in to do the other one because it's a lot bigger. It's very expensive. But
Okay.
what have you been playing lately?
What have I been playing lately? It's actually been a busy week for me, so I've been kind of up and down, gaming. I actually just getting on the show. I did finish a few races in F-Zero 99.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I forgot. You're huge in that.
Yeah. I haven't been playing it as much recently, but recently mean like the last few weeks or so.
Okay.
But yeah, it comes and goes. It's honestly, it's probably one of the better live servicey type games that kind of respects your time because they do have events. Surprisingly, amazingly, F-Zero Online has events month over month. But but that's pretty much what I've been playing off and on the Switch, of course. And then I've been going through Super Mario RPG. Has been the backlog. It's the remake.
Okay.
And I'm actually, as someone that's played like most of the Paper Marios, except for the Sticker Star, the 3DS one, it's been cool to kind of play like the beginning of the Mario RPG, and I do really like the humor that game has going for it. And
so you haven't played it before?
Never.
Back on this. Okay.
Not even on the Super Nintendo. It was one of those things where it's like I gotta get to it. Like eventually I got to like Super Metroid and stuff like that. The essentials. Yeah, but yeah, I'm really enjoying it. It's I don't know if all the chats play. I'm guessing most of the chats played it by now. But I've gotten to I just finished Booster Tower, and I just got Peach and Peach. Yeah, so she's like the last party member. So that's pretty much where I'm at. But yeah, other than that, that's pretty much all I've been playing, man. Just
okay,
whittling down the last bits of the backlog and patiently waiting for Switch 2.
Hey, I hear that.
Yep.
So I forgot to welcome everybody. My fault. I jumped all over the place.
I'm not trying to take all the attention. Yeah.
So what up, Exodia? Dark Voice said he was listening from the wayside, so he won't be able to be in the chat like he usually is. What up, Brand Smith, Risky? What up, RJ? Dark Sun Rider, appreciate you coming through. Andre, you know what it is. Jay Biggs, thank you. Obviously, Geronimo is here. And Lek, appreciate you showing up, man. Really appreciate that. Now I got to scroll back up so I can see where we started in conversation. Let's see here. I think Andre was the first one to say no. Jay Biggs. There we go. There it is. So Jay Biggs said, outside of games, all I need from Switch is just YouTube. I feel that. They don't really need to put all the other stuff on there. And I hope that's something that doesn't come as far as apps and everything. They don't need to be convoluted with apps. We don't need that. It's a gaming system. Keep it like that. Lex said, topic Xbox became full third party like Kenkai from Tokyo Ghoul. He is a ghoul. That's funny. Oh, Dark Sunrider said, Advance Wars, man. I've been holding off on trying to buy that. Just to finish the other games, but I really, really, really want that game.
I always thought about it when it was, first about to come out. I've been dipping my toe in more strategy type games in the past few years, and I was eyeing that one, but it kind of got past me. So I might double back on it later this year.
Yeah, it came out at a weird time too, like because it got the delay, and I think
1 year delay.
Yeah, originally the time was like December, which was like a decent time for me to like pick up the game and use it as an excuse as like a present.
Yeah,
but then a year later, it wasn't. Let me put that down for a second. Jay Big said Echoes of Wisdom and Alleyway. Okay, Alleyway is in the bowling game.
Alleyway.
Correct me on that, Jay Biggs, because I don't know. I don't know about that one. Andre said Mass Effect, One Finger Death Punch 2 still, so he's still playing those two games. Takunoso versus Capcom, man.
Ooh, that's the ones right there.
Yeah, I need that.
Oh man,
I need two on the Switch too.
I wish they can make another one, but I always hear things about the Tatsunoko licensing is like
it's crazy.
Crazy, almost like GoldenEye N64 levels are crazy. Yeah,
if they could just move it over, with minimal problems with the licensing, just something, just give us a little. Yeah. RJ said, just got my copy of Guilty Gear Strive. Okay. For the Switch, is surprisingly good. Runs at 60 frames, no bugs or glitches. That's how it should be.
Yeah, that's a good port. I'm glad he did that.
Yeah, I'm happy about that one too. He continues to say, Guilty Gear Strive on Switch loads just as fast as the PS5 version of the game. Ain't that something? There's one stage where there's pop-in at the beginning of the stage, but besides that, it's fantastic. Okay, that's good.
I could believe that. I mean, Switch got better, like, overall, like, more, like, newer RAM than, like, the PS4. So,
yeah.
I can see that, because I know someone that had the PS4 version, and when he would play with another friend who was on PS5, they'd be stuck and it'd be loading.
Oh, dang.
Like 10, 20 more seconds. And it's like, oh, well, that's a noticeable thing. But, yeah, it doesn't surprise me. They got the Switch version loading quick.
That's what's up. Lek, I will read your I saw your comment above. I will read as a matter of fact, let me put on this overlay real quick. I will read your comment a little bit later. Yeah, don't worry. Your comment will get read. Jay Big said Game Boy on the NSO. I still got to go back and get more of that Game Boy stuff because the last one I had finally beaten Mario Golf, and I think I was on a Mario Tennis, but Mario Tennis is so much of a longer game just because the matches are like long. They're not quick games. So as for me, what have I been playing? More Need for Speed Heat on the PC. I have not actually, and I had already had it for the PS4 and beaten it like plenty of times, but it was like $3 on PC, and I was like,
that's a no-brainer. Like you had any interest, might as well put on that one.
Might as well. So, I've been playing that. My Switch has not. I think this is like the first time in a while that the Switch has not been turned on in a week from me. Now my kids have still been playing.
Oh yeah.
Actually, no, that's not entirely true. I think I turned it on. Oh, no, that was last week. Yeah. So been playing that. Been playing Fires of Rubicon, which is
It's Armor Core.
Armor Core. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Been playing Armor Core. Been moving really slow in that. I understand what Vito was saying because he's like, yeah, like I like to take my time a little bit, not rush through it. And at first I was playing like mission and mission and mission, and then it's not that the game is getting boring or anything like that, but the missions are starting to get long. Like
for racing too, that can add up.
Yeah. So now so now with Armor Core, like I'll maybe do like maybe 2 missions, because like 2 missions now is like an hour and a half. It's a lot longer than what I think it should be, but it's definitely still a really good game. So still enjoying it, just taking my time. New season for Diablo 4, have not touched it yet. V Rising, that is probably the game that I've been spending the most time in.
What's V Rising again? That sounds familiar.
It's the vampire game, kind of in the angle of like a Diablo, but like doesn't play anything like Diablo.
Okay.
If you look at it, it looks like it plays like Diablo, but in reality, it plays nothing like Diablo.
Oh, huh. Okay. I've heard the name. I don't think I've ever really seen how it looked. I just searched it. Oh, that's how it looks. I see what you mean. Okay.
Yeah.
It has that angle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting.
And
it's kind of like, as a matter of fact, the reason why I picked it up, like I've been kind of eyeing it for a while, is because it had the Castlevania DLC to it.
Right. That's where I heard it first. Okay. I was trying to think.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's and that trailer, I think it was the PS5 trailer. I thought that was like a completely new game at that point. And everybody's like, nah, that game's been out for a couple years now. So with the DLC added to it, I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to pick it up. It's just a matter of when. And boy, I tell you, like the gameplay mechanic, I've been trying so hard to fight it, and you have to do it in order.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
oh,
like making your castle and like collecting all the ingredients in order to like build something or make something new so you can get better art. Like you have to do that. There's no way around it. Which is okay, because that sometimes means you have to go out and fight some of the bosses and stuff like that, which is cool. I don't have a problem with that. I don't even know if I'm doing any story part or not. I just been going out killing them and killing them and killing them and killing them to build up my castle. So I say all that to say, one day at some point I'll show y'all what the how the man is living lavish with his servants and just out here handling business. But that has been basically, I think that's it. Played a little bit of NCAA 25.
Okay.
I'm not good, so I don't ask anybody to play me.
Yeah, I never play sports games unless they bring back like an NBA Street or something. I'm all on that.
And that was basically why I bought NCAA 25, because we haven't had an NCAA game since.
Oh yeah, forever.
Yeah, forever.
Like over a decade, I think.
Yeah. So to be able to play as my team, Michigan State, and represent, I'm good for that. So, other than that, I think that is it. I think that's all I've been playing. I have Bully up, and every time I look at it, I'm just like, nah.
Sometimes the hardest part is just press and start.
Right.
Like you be like, okay, I got it installed. I got it on my screen. Press it. I guess I could play more hours than something else. Right. 2 weeks. Like, dang, it's right there.
It's right there for you. All you gotta do is just press the button, and you just be like, nah, not today.
Yeah, I'll come back to it next time. Oh man, and that's how the backlog grows.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I've been playing lately. This next week, hopefully, at some point in time, I will be able to get to go back to Zoids. That's what it was. Zoids on the GameCube, as well as the first
Okay.
Lost Kingdom. So yeah, we'll see how that runs. What's up, Joycey? Appreciate you coming through. Thank you for showing up.
What up, Joycey?
And Andre said I actually need to get V right. It's so much fun, man. And if you grab it, just let me know, because I'll hop in with you and we can, run the whole city. Let's see. What did Alex say? I understand Sam doesn't want to kick out anyone here, but
Well, risky. Yeah. He be talking to himself a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it gets too bad, like, don't worry, because my our moderators are on here, so they can easily put him on timeout. You know what I'm saying? I had quite an extensive conversation with Nintendo Prime, who has actually blocked him on his channel.
Oh, really? Oh, so it's like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he gave me the 411. Apparently he's still on Thunderstash, and so
okay then.
yeah. So we'll see how it goes.
All right. Well, definitely keep more of an eye out too. Oh, I'm gonna let you do that first.
Yeah. I forgot Nintendo Co. developed a Ridge Racer game with Namco for the NCC4. They brought to NSO. Yeah.
That's actually I'm RJH. I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's actually something else I want to check out this weekend. Because that used to be one of those games where as a little kid I would see it in Blockbusters, or Blockbusters in my area, and I would be like, "Is that good?" But none of my friends really played it like that, so I never used the time to like actually ask to rent it or whatever. And then years passed by, and I was like, "Oh, so this one is made by Nintendo." And this is NST. They just made F-099, so they have some experience. Well, obviously this is old, but they have experience with the racers. But yeah, definitely check that out. That's a really good get on the NSO.
Yeah, I was excited for that. Ridge Racer, like, it's
yeah, Ridge Racer.
Yeah, it definitely got me excited. Now I was supposed to play with Jay the other day, but we'll figure out another time. So, with that being said, Joycey, if you have, because I know you just hopped in, it's a usual icebreaker. What have you been playing lately? Let us know what you've been playing lately. Anybody else in the chat, or that is listening, let us know what you've been playing lately. I will definitely throw that in. And yeah, so with that being said, our main topic today. No, I don't have a trailer for you guys this time around, and usually I do. Side note, I will say this as a very small side note. Ninja Gaiden 2 Black. No, not 2 Black. Ninja Gaiden 2 or Ninja.
Oh, Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
Yeah. That and Ninja Gaiden 4 are now trailers on the PlayStation channel as well. Just in case y'all wanted to throw in some yippies, risky. Jay said to me, the announcer saying Ridge Racer was the best part of the game.
Yeah, that's just so iconic. Like, even if you never play, you're like, what, Ridge? Like, you just know. You just know, man. You just know.
It's just as iconic as when they did it in the PlayStation 3. Was it the showcase when they first had the PlayStation 3?
Yeah, they did it out there on the E3 stage.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah, which is fitting because that's still a really good version of Ridge Racer.
Yeah.
Yeah, but those E3 days, they were wilding back then.
So let me go back. Was it this one? No, this one. I think this is the one that you wanted me to read. Like I said, I'm saying this right now. Nintendo Switch 2 NSO does not have streaming service. Start publishing manga, anime, have banger launch titles, and I'm sorry, I can't low-key see other handheld PCs. I don't know about publishing manga and animes. I don't know. And having streaming services, they chose not to have streaming services. I think the only one on there is Hulu, maybe. I can't remember.
Yes, it's I used to have Hulu on mine like 5 some years ago. Yeah, it was Hulu. They did have a Twitch channel, but then they just ended support for the channel, which is it's no real loss because that version, not even because it's the Switch, but that version was just not well designed.
Mm-hmm.
It was like actually, you know how Twitch is on like PlayStation and like I guess Xbox and the other consoles now.
Yeah.
Somehow the Switch version was that first new version of that interface where it's like not very interactive.
Mm.
Can't have the chat on the screen and be in full screen mode. It's ridiculous. But
Yeah, that's dumb.
but yeah, the YouTube app's always been solid on there. Hulu's been good from what I remember. I think that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They don't. So they had already explained that before. Is that
The Booth Babes.
they have YouTube, Hulu, and Crunchyroll. Okay.
Oh yeah, and Crunchyroll, right? Oh, I totally forgot. I totally forgot about Crunchyroll. I think
I'm surprised. Do they still have it, even though
I
Sony
thought that
owns it now?
Sony owns it, but I think it stayed on there after that. I think Sony just wanted the most major player in like anime streaming and just have that money too.
Mm.
I can't remember. I feel like Crunchyroll app got removed recently. Like I think it just straight up stopped support. They just removed it from the eShop. I might be, maybe someone in the chat knows what I'm talking about, but I could have sworn one of the apps got removed just because they're like, we're not supporting it no more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Joycey said that she's just been playing a little Splatoon, had a busy week. Oh, that's what's up. Congratulations.
Oh
She
wait.
said she got in for the Switch 2 First Look Tour.
All right. Congrats.
Congratulations.
You're gonna be among the first.
Yeah, our boy
experience it.
Shadow did not get in.
Oh, he didn't?
Mm-mm. So, yeah,
Wow.
definitely. Joycey, if you, man, listen, Joycey, listen. Get a camera and get a microphone and then get on this show so we can ask you all the questions. Like, we need all the details here. Let us know, please. Like, please get a camera and a microphone so you can be on the channel so we can have a roundabout questions of just asking you everything that we need to know. Like, we need to know everything. We need to know all the juice, all the tea. What up, Wilton? Appreciate you coming through, bro. From across the pond.
Shouts across the pond. Okay, RJH confirmed. Yeah, okay, so Twitch got removed due to that reason. Crunchyroll is still there. Okay, that's still
That's
still
good, though.
good.
That's
Yeah,
good.
still good, yeah. So, okay.
Okay, so yeah, so that was kind of one of the biggest reasons why they didn't add all that stuff there. Like, you have a million other ways to. Hey, even if I have to pay for you, Joycey, just let me know. Just let me know. I would do it.
The homie discount.
But yeah, that they pretty much said like you have a bunch of other devices. It was kind of like the hand in hand of like, why is there no voice chat or whatever on the Switch and then like your phone's next to you?
Yeah. Yeah, I think
They were letting Sony have monopoly. I don't know about that.
I'm sure the Switch 2 will have at least what the current Switch got as far as, the main streaming apps, and then maybe a couple more, but I don't think it will really add or take away to, whatever
I don't think so
success it
either.
has. I mean, we've seen how well the Switch has done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's purely just a game machine.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think I'm not really sure why the other apps never came, and it wasn't. There was actually, now I think about it, when Disney Plus first got announced, there was a very brief moment where they had some promotion art that had the Switch logo on it.
Yeah.
It was taken off and never spoken of again. I do recall that, but it's been like a long time now, so it is what it is. But I think the PC handhelds will still, Switch 2 and all the PC handhelds are all going to kind of coexist as they are now. So
yeah. I think too. He said if oh dang, I can't bring it up from the overlay.
Oh yeah.
If,
I have a stream up in another tab too. Just to
he
check
said if NSO price increase, then Nintendo better give me a good reason and value bring me. I think if the price increases, you can expect more to come to the system. A lot of people are already talking about GameCube.
Yeah, I think I think if they don't at least talk about it in the April 2nd show, I do believe within that launch period we're gonna see some price increase to NSO. I do think GameCube is gonna come. Oh, as far as like console,
Yeah.
yeah, because I know they're not gonna keep having resources just remake or remaster every game. There only like the strategic ones like Pikmin 1 and 2 because Pikmin 4 and 3 are here, or hopefully Metroid Prime 2 and 3 because 4 is on the way. You know, stuff that makes sense for real. But yeah, I think it'll just be I think the main thing will be like platforms. As long as they have the family plan option, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last comment. Then we got to get back to the main topic. He said, "All right, let me tell you, if NSL increased price, then what do you want from it? Don't say retro gaming because at this point, China is pushing out retro emulator stuff, so it won't." That's not necessarily true either. I mean, retro gaming from one device versus having to switch devices. And I think that kind of goes along with, sorry, Noto's messaging me. I'm trying to like do two things at once.
You good.
So that kind of goes hand in hand with the same thing with all the streaming apps. So like, if you're talking about an NSO is mostly retro gaming. So if you're looking at that, and this other part I kind of want to leave for the side because it was kind of talked about on Wednesday, but a lot of people want GameCube. Like a lot of people want GameCube because that was one of like the most fondest of memories that they had. If they're not going to give us a remake or a remaster, if you will, of Soul Calibur 2, then just throw it on to the NSO.
That's the best case scenario as far as we know. So yeah, that'd be great, man. Yeah, GameCube NSO would actually get me pretty good.
Yeah, I think it would get a lot of people because you get because is the original Luigi's Mansion on the Switch? It's only
it's not. Right? It they just have the 3DS remake they did.
Yeah.
I think that came out. I think that came out the year the Switch came out, which was kind of odd, but or it was either that or the year before. But yeah, it's they just have that version.
What up, Noto?
What up?
What's up, guys?
Not much, man. How you doing?
Out here working. I thought I'd make an appearance.
Oh, appreciate it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come give us a little 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Appreciate that.
Oh,
yeah. What a hat.
That's
that, my dear. My Hero Academia. That's what's up, man. I gotta do what I gotta do. Yeah, I'm out here making some extra money. This is like the end of the month. I gotta do what I need to do for rent. So I gotta do what I gotta do. I mean, rent's already been taken care of, so we're good. On my end.
Now it's just now
exactly
the extra. Yep.
Yeah, hold on, I gotta fix something real quick. You asked. Sorry, I'm using my phone right now, so I might as well switch over to tablet mode.
Oh, you're good.
See, the chats are going off.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying about retro gaming. Is the emulators are not going to make the Switch sell any less. I'll just say that. Let's see. And then RJ said, "I'm still shocked so many folks are begging for GameCube when people was clowning over it." Yeah,
I agree.
We were out here though. Yeah. I was that person back then who would be like, "Yo, I got the GameCube right here, holding it by the handle." People clowning. They called it the lunchbox. I was like, "Nah, bro. Like, you pick up your Xbox console right now and try and bring it over. I guarantee you have to put it in a bag or something." That handle was
2 hands.
People clowned it, but man.
Oh yeah, definitely.
They weren't clowning it when you put in Smash.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was it. Had Melee and the memory card and the controller there.
Shit.
Oh, PNO3 would be good to come back, actually.
Yeah. Eternal Darkness. That was a good one.
Yeah. So our main topic is these are, hold on, let me change over the song. Let me get that. Yeah, let me get that. So the main topic. These things are the biggest concerns for the Switch 2. Now, most people would be like, it's definitely got to be third party, right? Third party is definitely got to be one of the biggest concerns for Nintendo Switch. Are they going to show or are they not going to show? And I'm going to tell you that is definitely not one of the biggest concerns.
It is not.
Nope.
Definitely not.
One of the biggest concerns, and we'll take each of these separately, but one of the biggest concerns actually is the price point.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm curious about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm beyond curious about it.
So thinking the Switch when it originally came out, and then right now is $300 because that price point has not changed.
100. Yeah.
With the OLED being $350. With that being said, this is a more powerful console, more capable console. A lot of people are expecting that we would get a lot more newer titles this time around, and probably still a fair amount of PlayStation 4 or not. Let me not say PlayStation 4, 8th generation titles.
Yes,
because PlayStation 4 still gets current day titles too. But with that being said, what's an acceptable price? Let me get your low, your acceptable price range, and maybe just a little bit too high price range from you guys.
I'll let Geronimo start off. Let him start off. Let's see.
Okay, yeah, so I've definitely thought about this a lot, really over the past couple of months. Just in general. I really think the floor as far as like, and some are saying in the chat as well, I really think $399 or $400, basically $400. I feel like that's the floor.
Mm-hmm.
And that's assuming that for whatever reason Nintendo doesn't do a price drop on the current Switches, because like you said, Sandstorm current Switch, like the base one, is still $300. The OLED, $50 more. They and the reason why is because the better screen, better ergonomics, things like that. The kickstand is a legit kickstand, out that flimsy thing on the 2017 one. Mine just broke after a while, but yeah. So they have to. I feel like they have to.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. You're good. No, I was gonna say I think $399, $400 is the floor. Because the floor being like most digestible price increase, but still communicative to the audience, saying like, okay, clearly this is the next Nintendo one, and it's supposed to have these games, the new Mario Kart, things like that. 500 I think is the ceiling though.
Okay.
For a number of reasons, especially for like a console, Nintendo's next hybrid, where it was named Furukawa said that he ideally they want multiples in each household. So
yeah,
that gets tough.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 of them equals 1,000 if you're talking the high end.
Yeah.
Without games. So
I don't know about y'all. As much as I like it, I can't just throw that much on for one whole purchase like that. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Got a plan for that one.
I actually, this is probably the first time around, and not for me, but I'm actually planning on buying 2 Switch 2s. One for me and my family, and then actually buying one for my brother. Shout outs to B Foster. He's one of our moderators on the channel. You may not see him too often, but he's always listening. But planning on getting him one because in my lifetime, if I can remember correctly, he's never had like a Nintendo system. But the man loves some Zelda. Like, give
okay,
him,
that's what I mean. Hey.
Yeah, give him Link and a horse, and he's set. Like, that's it. That's all he needs. So, I told him when the Switch 2 comes out, like, just, and he's not like my literal brother, but like I grew up with this guy. Like he's the upper echelon of friends. Known him for my entire life, for his entire life, because I'm the older one. But just as a representation of our friendship, you know, and being a dad, like this, the switch to me, the Switch is like the perfect parent gamer console. Like that's like especially when you got younger kids, like that's it right there. You know what I'm saying? No flopping and trying to figure out how the head gonna go when you playing your game or whatever. Pause. But like you got it, like you have it just right there to be able to play and just, you know what I'm saying? Like you ain't really got to do much. You know what I'm saying? Just like that. You know. So I just want him to have that opportunity to be able to just run the game. And be able to have a Nintendo system and enjoy all the games, because I think it's really gonna blow his mind as far as like all the RPGs and stuff like that. He loves Final Fantasy, so like to get him into Persona and all that other stuff like that's whoo, that's hot.
Oh yeah, yep.
Nice.
Makes sense.
Yeah,
Makes
so
sense.
Noto, what do you feel about the price point? What do you think is low? What do you think is acceptable? What do you think is a little too high?
Well, I can already tell you, a little too high is going to be the same price as that Pro for the PlayStation 5. That's just really, that's retarded. That is just retarded because of the fact of it makes no complete sense of being a price like that. That's just outrageous.
The audacity.
Especially being the Switch 2 and everything else with two different versions of it. And me personally, I will get the OLED, but it's gonna be hard for me to apart from mine because I had just the original Switch, the black one, and then I gave my mother my black one for Christmas like a few years ago, and I ended up getting the Splatoon version of the OLED off of eBay, and I got it for like cheap.
Okay.
Perfect condition and everything else. So I was like, all right, bet. So it's gonna be hard for me to apart with it, especially being the Splatoon version. So it's hard. It's very hard. So, but eventually it's gonna get traded in whatsoever. But anyways, price range I think 350 is not bad. 350 maybe 4 is like maybe a comfortable state maybe because I think the regular I should say I'll bend this just a little bit. The regular one I say about 330 basically for that one. And then maybe like 330 for that one and maybe $50 more towards the OLED.
Okay.
Somewhere around there. I think that would be a nice, like, comfortable stay, and I understand it completely. Not like the PlayStation 5 was $500, then like for this one, the discless one was $50 less. Okay, and then now now the Pro comes out, and it's like outrageously more than what that is, and then you have to pay for the disc drive to go with it because it don't come with it. I'm like, so it's like extra attachments. So as long as they don't do like extra attachments and stuff, which that's how not just Nintendo, but every company whatsoever will do whatever it takes to make more money off of the accessories and everything else. So that's always going to be the case. But Nintendo, I think they're going to be fine with their accessories and everything else, as long as they actually do how they've been doing with their formulas whatsoever. So I think, like I said, 330 for the regular one, $50 more for the OLED. That's just like the nice comfortable station or whatever. Sorry, I'm like been bouncing around all over the place. But definitely like the price range of too high is definitely like the PlayStation Pro price. That's just ridiculous.
That's way too high.
That's way too high, and that's like that's like a good that's like half of my almost like not even close to half of my rent. Something like that. That's like a state. That's like an understatement to my rent. It's like, you pay this much for like I pay more for that console. I mean, I pay more for my rent than that console alone. And then I think like if I add the accessories, that's about the same price as my rent or half of that. Like no. So yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to it. I haven't got a chance to like really done the research and everything else because, like I said, I'm so busy with Obadiah. Been having too much fun with him. He's already in the 10th month stage now. We're like, all right, we're respecting now. So, you know,
Man,
I'm
it's
just gotta
been
do.
that long already. That's so crazy. I felt like
Yeah,
you
don't
were
worry,
just here.
bro. Don't worry, it's gonna happen. Trust me. Next thing you know, you'll be seeing like you see him in an episode of Nanami on 1 year. You see him in a 1 year episode or something. So,
um.
but
Okay. Okay. Risky's going off the handle.
we
Yeah,
you knew
I'm
Risky
I'm
Risky was
keeping an
gonna
eye
go out the
on him.
handle.
Yeah.
Like you know Risky's going out the handle. You should have known that by now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I'm keeping an eye on him too. That line he's talking about the PS5 Pro sales is
Yeah.
that's true comedy right there.
Right.
Anyway.
Outrageous.
Oh
That man.
god.
That man. That man be losing screws every day.
Oh man.
Uh,
Have you noticed?
so, so for me, I think if we're talking price points. Oh, so let me back this up before I actually have my answers because both of y'all gave answers. So,
Mhm.
so do y'all think they will drop since both the Switch Pro, and the Switch Lite have never had a Switch Pro? Wow, look at me. The Switch OLED,
We knew what you meant, but it's funny though.
right?
I know.
Technically the Switch Pro and the Switch Lite have never had a price drop. If they drop the new Switch at 350 or even 4, anywhere in that price range, do you see them dropping the prices of the other Switches or still leaving them the same?
I think it. Oh, let me see how I phrase this. If we're still having especially like the Zelda or like the Zelda or Splatoon and everything else, I think they may say the same price. As for just the OLED itself, I might just see it dropping just a little, not as much. But then again, this is Nintendo we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
This is Nintendo. Like we can wait for years to basically get Zelda dropped down like $5 or $10, and it still will say the same freaking price no matter what. So this is Nintendo we're talking about. So I can see like their like special editions, whatever, could stay the same price. But as like the OLED just by itself as an entity, maybe I can say $50 less. Maybe.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Unless like they throw some like monkey wrench kind of situation, like, hey, you can get this for $50 less, and then also get Zelda or something like that. And like then it defeats the purpose.
Yeah. Yeah, I see you.
So,
what about you, Geronimo?
Yeah, I really do think they're gonna drop one of those models. I think the Lite's gonna stay at like, what is it, 200, because most of his regular discounts bring it to like 150 and lower.
Yeah.
I'm just not sure. I mean, Noto brought a great point with how they do the OLED. I could see the OLED being down there at that price at like $299. You said.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just not sure if they'll also drop the regular at the same time. One of those is gonna drop for sure.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at least one of them are gonna drop. So I think it just depends on how they want to strategize it. But
okay. So my thought is if they go 350 with the console, like the OLED is, then they're dropping the OLED down to 300. I think the SKU of the regular Switch disappears, and then they still keep the Switch Lite either at the same price or 50 cheaper from that. Because I feel like out of the three, the regular Switch is like the mixture of both of them, but like is the what's the saying? Jack of all trades, master of none. So,
Yeah.
Yep.
Where the Switch Lite is solely for people who just want that handheld experience, where the OLED is the technically more powerful Switch.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same Switch, but it's the like for the people who want that handheld experience but want the OLED, the sharper experience, but also comes with the dock, with the Ethernet cord, all that other stuff. So it's like the if you want to pay for the iPhone, here's the Switch Lite. If you want the Pro, here's the OLED. So without having anything in the mixture of the two. So I think that's going to happen. But I also think if they move it to 400, nobody's getting a price cut.
Yep.
I don't think
Agreed.
Yeah, I'm pretty much exactly the same. So yeah.
$50 more than the OLED. I think that's a good number. I don't see anybody. I don't see them price cutting that.
Yeah.
The
There's no
OLED,
way.
I think the OLED is the best selling model right now. Like
It
just
is.
It really,
worldwide.
it is.
period.
It is.
Okay, cool.
Like, I and the funny thing about it is, like, I don't really pay attention too much to the OLED. I'm just like, okay, cool. This is just a bigger screen. I'm just whatever. But me personally, it's just because if they just have like, the Zelda like special edition or everything else, that's what I think is the thing that catches everybody's eyes. Like, I want this because it has the logos for like Zelda and different things on it, like the Triforce and everything else, or like Splatoon that has like the little characters and everything else on the Joy-Cons and different things like that. So like, I think that's going to be the ultimate selling point if they go that route. But again, you have to always remember, when they go that route, it's usually going to be an extra $50 more because of those kind of special editions.
Yeah.
Because they automatically come with the game itself.
Yeah.
Sometimes, not all the time.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Because I'm wondering if they'll go back to. I don't think they'll go back to the model of packing in a game. At least not with the original. Like when they first
Games sell too well nowadays.
Yeah,
man.
yeah,
They
like-
all sell. Even
Exactly.
the ones you're like, oh, Famicom Detective Club sold well enough to have them greenlight a new one. Okay, like dang.
I think because even looking at like Wii Sports, you know how much money they would have made had that game been like that
On the
Just-
Switch.
Just
Yeah.
like so separate.
no on the Wii, yeah, separate.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
if it was just that and
Man.
Zelda that they came out with, like everybody would have picked that up just to be like, okay, like as the demo, kind of like
It's
how
the
we
new
did with the
game.
Wii U, yeah.
Yeah.
And they would have made mad money because everybody would have been all over bowling. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mhm. Exactly.
Yep.
it,
True.
it was a missed
Yeah, bowling-
opportunity.
Man, bowling was my ish.
Bowling was everybody's.
It was like
Yep.
bowling,
It-
tennis, boxing. Those were the
Yeah,
three for
you
me.
talk
Yeah.
mad junk. You talk
Yeah.
mad junk about
Yep.
bowling.
Man, it was so bad for me with bowling. It was like I literally got my grandmother into it, and and I actually recorded her just playing by herself doing it. I was like, I'm
Oh,
just gonna
that's
record
awesome.
you.
Yeah,
I'm like, I'm not sure how the video of it. It's so funny, and I was like, oh wow, I forgot I had this video.
yeah. It's like it's crazy back then. I don't want to go off on a tangent, but it's crazy.
Yeah,
back
yeah.
then. Like
Ooh.
it's the most hood people that I knew. Like, you want to go do this? You want to do that? Nah, bro, I don't get down like that. Oh, okay, straight.
Pass
And then
the Wii remote.
Yeah,
Like,
Yep.
somebody bring up something and be like, bro, I'll fight you. And be like, yeah,
Yep.
you ain't gonna pick up
Exactly.
them sticks, though. You ain't gonna pick up them sticks, though.
Yep.
I know you can't handle me in bowling, though. They be like, bro,
Yep.
yeah, I kill you and your mom in bowling. Please don't talk to me about no bowling, bro. We bowling,
Exactly.
we
Yep.
bowling.
Yep.
Nah, bro.
Wii bowling. My God.
That's how you decide stuff in the house before Smash Brawl came
Right.
out.
Bruh.
That's really that.
Hey,
Man, we
put the stick down. Put the stick. You want to go home? You want to play? You want to go home? Put the sticks down. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but I see. I can easily see. I think Joycey said it earlier. 400 base. I can easily see that. I can easily see a 400, a 399. She said minimum 400 for the base model. I don't think there's going to be two SKUs. I honestly don't think there's going to be two SKUs.
Oh really?
I
the
think there is. Oh yeah. Well, if you're talking about colors, that's a different story.
Oh okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Multiple colors. Yes, I think there will be.
Okay.
Just like with the original, the all black one,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
then the orange one. But
Yeah.
but as far as like SKUs, as like Wii U with the regular one, and then the Wii U Deluxe, I don't think they're going to do that. I don't think you'll get a Switch 2 and a Switch 2 Lite like straight off the gate. Like down the road,
Oh yeah.
maybe. But
Yeah.
You should just kind of do
I-
like how they did here. Just
Yeah.
every couple of years or so.
yeah, do the
Roll
same.
them out.
Yeah, if we don't get an OLED one, I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if this Switch didn't come with the OLED. Would I be mad? No, not really.
Mm.
But if there was an OLED one that came down the road, I would be fine. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's straight to me. That just ensures that you get the people who are like, well, they would know OLED, Switch Pro.
Exactly.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah, the Switch Pro people. Yeah.
yeah.
hmm
So I think that following that model is still good. But highest 450. I don't see it touching 500.
Yeah, like 500 doesn't seem right for not saying Nintendo doesn't deserve selling anything of that price, but
Right.
it seems so
It
like
don't sound Nintendo like.
it doesn't say,
Yeah.
yeah, even 400 is like
Yeah.
Like, yeah, 400 to me, it's like, it sounds decent enough. It sounds decent. It's just, you know, I mean, like, they kind of deserve it, but at the same time, I still don't think, really, do we really need it to be about that price range, maybe? But again, like I say, like, base, like, minimum, like Joey said, base minimum, like, the minimum of it, okay, I can agree with that. You know, it's just the minimum of it, but it's just, again, ugh.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's kind of hard to kind of swallow that. Pause.
Yeah, Joycey said she only thinks for different colors as well. Yeah, so I mean that comes with the whole
Yeah.
controller.
Yeah.
But yeah, that 400, the 400 is like, ugh. And then a 450, like anywhere up from 400, just doesn't really sound like Nintendo. And I know people can like counteract and be like, well, Switch was 300 and that was the highest. But like,
There's reasons behind why.
yeah. Like 300, even at that time.
That was actually the highest I was expecting.
Yeah.
I thought it was gonna be 250.
Yeah, I think I might have said. I think actually I might have said 299. I think I said it was 300 too.
Okay.
But 300 even for that system, it was like, you know, after it and this was before we saw everything that it could do. I think after that point, I was like, yeah, 300 makes sense. You know, you had the HD bump at the time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the NFC reader and all the other stuff that the Joy-Cons could do on top of that.
You got backwards compatible and different things like that.
Yeah, so it was just like, oh, 300 really doesn't sound that bad, especially if you're talking about the original, the Wii U Deluxe was what, 249, so 250 at the time. So it was like, well, if you really wanted to like show that this system is more capable than the last system, probably putting it at the same price range of that system probably is not the way to go. And that's why I kind of think that 399 kind of makes sense, because it's like, you know, like we're trying to cater to you in such a way, but like the reason why it's more expensive is because we want to show that it's more capable. I would understand that. I get it. I would like it to be 350, but if it was 400, I would understand. Andre said 400 is pushing it, honestly.
Yeah.
I feel that. But if
I feel it too.
If it's 450 and it's not packed with a game,
exactly.
It's gonna be tough. Yeah, it's gonna be tough.
I think the hardcore will buy it. I will definitely still buy it. Well,
I'll still buy it. I'll
Yeah.
try my hardest to get it, depending how crazy the pre-orders get.
Right.
Exactly. I'm just gonna be. I'll just be patient and wait, because I'm not in a big super hurry for it, because I'd rather how to phrase this. Me with consoles, and the only time I'm only go heavy on is only PlayStation, because of the fact of every single year with with a new system, it always comes out the month of my birthday, literally the same week as my birthday. So I'm like, I hate you. Why do you do this to me? Stop getting me PlayStations on the week of my birthday. Stop it. It sucks. So now it's like, I'm like, that's why with the PS5, I literally was patient with it. I was like, I'm not in a big hurry for it. And plus, after all the stuff that happened with it and everything, I was like, okay, I'm not in a big hurry for this. So I'm going to be in the same way with the Switch 2. I'm just going to kind of be patient and wait. And plus, I'm going to wait for some more games, even though that, the games are going to be backwards compatible, but I'm just going to end up waiting for a little bit, because I just want to see how sales are going. And you got to understand, usually the first systems are always never going to be good, because there's always got to be some defectives in the play.
Yep.
So I'm always going to end up being patient and wait, and I kind of learned that firsthand. And I never had situations like that, but I heard stories, and it's not just like Nintendo. I heard Xbox and PlayStation had those situations before. So I'm like, Nintendo could be in that same situation, even though I have confidence in them. But I mean, you can't, take things with a grain of salt.
Yeah, usually my Nintendo ones are the ones that because I still got my day oneer. Like, I
Yeah.
mean,
Hmm.
is it barely holding on to a thread? Yes. Like
I, w-
every
I wish
every
my
piece
day
of it.
one could have made it. I had the
Oh,
heating, I had the fan issues a couple, or how long's it been now? 3 years ago, and
oh
so
man.
it forced my hand to get an OLED, which I mean, I do like. I do like it, but
Yeah, mine's still in the house on the stand charging. Although it's
That-
already been fully charged.
yeah,
that's
my
With
crazy.
Triangle Stranded, it has not been touched yet. I need to go touch it, but I've been
Oh
again.
man,
I do you not understand the backlog of games I have that I'm
mhm.
still working on? I just picked up another one. I just picked up Tales of Graces F
yeah,
remaster, and I'm like, I hate myself already. And I'm already got 2 more games to pick up, maybe more.
yeah. I I'm working through my Switch battle. I've done pretty well the past couple of years, I would say, but I still have a few more. I got
Mhm.
Octopath 2 over there. I got the Prince of Persia from last year. Best Buy had for
Mm,
$20, so
Mhm.
okay.
the price was right. But no, I feel you on everything though. Yeah.
Yeah, see, it looks like a lot of people are just sitting there OGs and yeah, see,
Yeah.
I'm
I,
fortunate
I should
enough.
have done what Josie J said. I should have just sent it in for free instead of replacing the fan myself. But
Mhm.
Yep.
yeah, it worked
I,
for like a week.
I think the company that I've had the most trouble with out of the three is actually
I'd agree with
Microsoft.
that one.
Microsoft actually.
Hmm.
Yeah. Mhm.
Matt Jazz says, I
Yeah,
think Nintendo needs to think of the countries outside of America,
Good
especially
point.
Japan, with the console pricing because the Switch had a better worldwide appeal compared to Sony and Microsoft. Agreed,
agree.
and I think they will. I think they are very much watching. I think that's the reason why we get a whole lot of games that we've gotten.
Hmm.
Is
Yeah.
that they're a lot more America aware, I should say. And that's why we got the pricing that we got with the original Switch. So I don't really see them losing track on that. I think Japan and Nintendo, or Nintendo of Japan, I should say,
Yeah.
is really in talks with Nintendo of America lately.
Mm.
Oh, I
Especially
heard
like
about that.
through this whole generation of
So
Switch.
yeah.
Hmm.
I think being aware like that and coming with the price point, the right price point, and the stuff that we're going through, I think they'll have it right. I think they'll hit it just right.
Yep.
Pause.
I agree with that. Also, pause as well. I agree with that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, pause for sure.
There.
Yeah, I agree with you, Sandstorm. Yeah, I think they're definitely in I think they're all just kind of communicating properly, especially in the lead up to the April show when they will probably tell us the price of everything by then.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think they're probably gonna be deciding it for a bit longer. Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exciting, man. Just it's only 2 months away now, so we're only 2 months away from.
It's gonna go pretty quick, especially if you get like Xenoblade X next month, the definitive edition. I
Yeah,
mean,
which
you're
is
Oh
not
wild.
yeah, that's
no one's gonna
right.
finish it by April 2nd unless you just
No.
play it and
Ugh.
no life it and don't do anything else. But
Yeah,
that
it's gonna be hard. You can't.
it's
I
gonna be
won't say
rough.
it's
Mm.
hard. It's
Still
impossible.
gotta finish the. I still
That
gotta
game
finish the other ones.
that game's world is just so like it really like when you play that game after you play like Breath of the Wild like I did, 'cause I literally was just like, okay, let me find the Wii U copy on eBay. 'Cause I
Hmm.
still got my Wii U over
Hmm.
there somewhere. But yeah. And I played it through 2021 through 2022 and was just like I see all of the bones of the Breath of the Wild Hyrule like
Yeah,
world
it's sitting
design.
right there. It's right there
It's
for you.
crazy. It's
Yeah.
crazy. Like you're not gonna play it for 5 minutes and not wander off and just
Mm-hmm.
either fight some other enemies or just get got by something that's 4 times your level.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That is still like in my top 5 favorite games of all time on Game Boy.
It's really good, man. This
Wait, which one?
Xenoblade Chronicles X.
Oh yeah.
It is by far. I don't care what nobody says. Any Xenoblade fan can fight me. I don't
I
care.
mean, I'm not gonna fight for this one because I'm still working on through like I still gotta finish 2 and 3, and I'm kind of bouncing back and forth between the two, and then I want to play X, and all, I'm like, God, I got so many of those to play, and I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah, you know what
Yep.
I'm saying right there. Yeah.
I have
That's
to
it.
look for it.
That's
Yep.
it.
But
Yeah. Great. Amazing
to
game.
get it.
I
I
tried
had to
not
get
to
it.
play it. Who was playing it? Who I feel like it was it Jay? I
Was
can't
it Jay?
remember. Somebody said they were playing it again.
Probably Shadow Fox. He keeps the Wii U hooked up for that game only. I'm sure.
I can't do it, man. I gotta
Yeah.
wait. I gotta wait now. I'll buy it twice. I'm not scared.
There's still a bunch of side quests I never got to, so
Yeah.
it's
Plus,
fine.
it's gonna have new missions and stuff. You know.
That's what I heard too. I was like, oh boy.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
Yep.
So with that being said, so that's one of the biggest issues. We kind of got you guys' comments on pricing and stuff. And not issue, but concern. The second one I'm actually a little more concerned about is how they're going to do. So we've gotten confirmation that there's going to be backwards compatibility.
Yep, that's what I heard.
Yep.
The question is how are they going to do backwards compatibility, and how is crossplay going to look? Because most of us are imagining that crossplay is going to be a thing, or not crossplay. I'm sorry, not crossplay. What do they call that? Cross-gen releases? Is that what I'm looking for?
Oh, how to release new games for both at the same time?
Yeah.
I mean, for all three consoles, basically.
No. Between
Oh.
the Switch and Switch 2. So like.
Okay. I think that's kind of like how they do with the PS5 and 4, where games that are on PS4 can actually play on PS5, and you can upgrade it to the PS5 version, either free or cost like maybe like $5 or $10 or something like that. I think that's what you're thinking.
Yeah.
I think they're gonna do like this is my opinion. I think if let's talk about that one first before going to the backwards compatible situation, because I think this is more a more important topic than just the backwards compatibility, because I think a lot of people ask this question. I think personally, in my personal opinion, I think they may do the same thing like they do how PlayStation is doing theirs. Is like, it's you have the game for what it is. You can upgrade it for the price, like either upgrade it for free, like go to the store, or whatever, to upgrade it for free, or maybe may cost like $5 or something like that just to upgrade it to the Switch 2 version. Like that's what I think, and I mean that's been, I think, been a good thing so far, which is not a bad problem so far. And I have seen the difference when it came to you, and I'm using PlayStation as a perfect prime example because they do as much. I don't know if Xbox does it, but if they do, I mean, kudos. I don't know how how they do their process. I mean, it could be the same thing. It could be something different. So I'm just using that as the prime example. So please take it with a grain of salt. I'm just letting everybody know. But I think that's really what I think that they're gonna do. I think they're gonna go that route whatsoever, because it would make more sense. Because why would you buy a game that you have for the Switch, and then it actually comes out for the Switch 2 that is backwards compatible, that kind of falls into it. That hey, you have it for this system, you want to upgrade it for this, like go to the e-store and upgrade it for no more than like $5 or free. Because half the games on there is literally going to be free, because of the fact of like you're just upgrading the system, upgrading it to be better graphics or whatever situation it is. That shouldn't cost absolutely nothing. Now there are some other things that say, oh, you have to actually buy the game for the Switch 2, because of the fact of like they don't have it to do for the upgrade version. There are some. So I think they're gonna go the same route as like how PlayStation and maybe Xbox is doing it. So that's just how I feel in that direction.
Okay. All right. What about you, Geronimo?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I mostly agree with what Nodo said as well. I mean, for all of the PS4 games, they either boosted or gave like a PS5 version, like Ghost of Tsushima, Horizon, I guess the first Horizon, okay, and all the Last of Us. I think they really, for digital, I think they had like a $10 upgrade for them, and that's if you, I think if you added digital, or if you, or at least in my case, you plop the disc in, and then you can upgrade to a digital version. So yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo does something like that. for like
Mhm.
Switch One games on in
The
Switch
Switch 2.
Two. Yeah, I do also think and Andre Game Idea guy said in the chat as well. I do also think that they will, once you plop the Switch One game in there, it's yeah that one. I think it will just go into like a Switch mode, kind of like how Wii was with Wii,
Mm.
or essentially how technically how GameCube and the Wii were too. We just didn't get a separate menu for it, but yeah. And then the upgrade one will be the native Switch 2 one.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just curious if Nintendo's gonna do it because they have the prime opportunity to do it for so many of the Switch One games. Like,
Yeah.
Yes.
it's looking like
Is it? It's just gonna be one of those things where it's like, are you gonna give us all these games that we got that's backwards compatibility or not? Because
yeah,
that was a scary thing with me with, and I'm sorry that I'm using PlayStation as an example, but I mean it's the perfect prime example that I can think of
Mhm.
yeah.
because I literally was going in my head like, I need to know. You're telling me it's back using PS4 games to be on the PS5. What is the list? Give me a giant, like, there's a giant list. And they
Mhm.
literally said 98% of the games on PlayStation 4 is going to be played on the PlayStation 5. So then they no, sorry, it was 99%. I take it back. It was 99% of the games on there was actually able to play on the PlayStation 5, except for I think it was like 6 or 10 games, and they list the 6 or 10 games, and it was like games that like I never even heard of.
I don't know if I still have or did I sell it, but I did have one PS4 game that could not be playable on there, which is pretty wild. It was a Kill la Kill If, I think that's what it's called, the anime arena fighter.
Mm.
I was pretty surprised because like when I
Yeah.
did the whole let me put all my PS4 games in the see how if there's an upgrade or whatever, and that one came up and it said can't be played, and I was like, oh wow, so I have one of the 1% games. That's pretty
Yep.
wild.
There you go. You'd be
So
surprised.
yeah, it's definitely a legitimate concern. I'm glad it kind of just came out in the very first official showing of the Switch 2 and was transparent enough to plant the idea of yes, full backward compatibility is here, except for select
Mhm.
titles to keep certain expectations in check.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
they,
go ahead.
yeah. No, I was gonna say, So it's basically gonna be that percentage situation we're gonna be getting to. So we know
Yeah.
that it's gonna be in a situation where it could be 95% to 99%. Like we don't know what percentage it is for like games, and we don't know what games will and will not be. So we're gonna be not. We're kind of gonna be in the dark, but it's not like that's bad because again, we don't know the percentage. Once we kind of know, once we know a percentage, then there goes that again. Sorry, I'm in the car, so that's why.
Oh, because
So yeah, I had the door open and it's literally like kind of goes dark, and I was like, oh, whoops, I'm
oh
sorry, and
yeah.
I don't want to put my engine on because then the whole thing will go through the speakers of the car. I'm like, no, I use my earbuds. Let's keep it like that.
I get it.
So
Yeah, we making it
but
work.
I like I say, once we kind of have an idea, like if they give us a percentage, if it's
Mhm.
going to be the same range like 99, then it's 99% of like the games we're not going to be worried about. It's just what games you have in mind. Now I will be surprised if it's like really good titles that's on part, that's like that 1% factor. I'll be like, are you serious? Why? But I highly doubt it's going to be good titles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So
I think it'll be like the obviously stuff, like everything like Labo related or things you had to put the Switch one in like some cardboard
Yeah.
casing or whatever because the Switch 2
Yeah,
is clearly a larger device. So it's
Yeah,
just the little things after that. What could it be?
I think it's those, but I think it's also kind of a heads up for a lot of the shovelware too.
Yep.
Oh yeah, they can
For-
keep that.
Yeah,
Just
for like a lot of those smaller games and stuff like that people bought. Those studios could have closed or not had any updates or not picked up a SKU. The what do they call those? The dev kit.
Oh yeah, true.
So any of those reasons, like you're not gonna get the original Switch games on the Switch 2. But I kind of want to take a different spin on it.
Go for it.
And shout outs to Thunderstash because I'm pretty sure he said this, but I liked his idea so much I'm gonna back it up.
Oh, okay. I'm all ears for this one.
Yeah, I'm curious.
So he said. So first thing is before I say what he said, first thing I want to think about is the ultimate question is how much is the pricing for the games going to be in the first place?
I feel like it's gonna be the same price as what the Switch games are. That's what I feel like. I can't see it going higher unless it's like the top tier titles of their games, like
I can
Zelda
see.
and Mario.
So
Yeah.
So with that being said, if most of their games were still 60, then they really could not. It would be a bad look if they made you pay for an upgrade if both the games cost the same price, because then you're paying more for a game just for an update, and that's
Mm-hmm.
I
Agree.
I see what you mean. Yeah, I agree.
I agree with
So
that.
so either the Switch 2 pricing would have to be more in order to partially justify for that. I don't know. I don't. Breath of the Wild being $70, yeah, they tested that market. So I guess hypothetically speaking, they could be $70 from that point
Mhm.
on. I still think they still mess with 60.
I don't think it'll be across the board 70.
Do you think so?
Well, no, I don't think that'll be the case.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think it'll be 70 across the board because
I don't think they're ready
Yeah.
yet. I don't
No.
think
Yeah, they're not. They're not. That's why Zelda became the price of what it was, because it was testing the waters. Now,
Mhm.
granted, everybody's gonna pick it up because it's Zelda.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, everybody
the sequel to
and their
Breath
mom,
of the Wild.
yeah,
Yeah.
everybody and their mom wants Zelda, like the Breath of the Wild, and the sequel to it is like, yeah, it's gonna be the price. But again, like I said, it's their top tier quality game. Zelda, Mario, Kirby, all like the top tiers, or Smash, for example, all of them are going to be hitting those $70 marks because of the fact that that's their best sellers.
Mm-hmm.
So I can understand that price, but again, you guys are really testing the waters and see who is willing to buy these games. Now, again, Smash is a good prime example because we have all these fighting game tournaments all over the world
Mm-hmm.
for any kind of game whatsoever, nonstop. Like, I'm just like, come on. It's like I can see it, but it's like I don't want to spend $70 for something that's like that price. It makes no sense. But again, if it's something that I really want and it's like I'll sacrifice and do it, I'll do it. But I usually just like I'll wait on it, maybe, and hope and pray that the price may drop like $5 or something, or I'll trade in some games just to get it. Literally, it's that. But it's if they were just testing the waters to see if they're gonna go across the board with that, it may not work as they planned it.
Yeah.
But I do see your point of view, Sandstorm, of what you're saying on this point for this.
Yeah. Andre said game prices will be between 40 and 70 depending on the production of the cost of their games. I feel that. Joycey
I
said,
feel it too.
to be fair, games have been 60 plus for decades. I wouldn't be surprised if they go 70. I wouldn't either.
Yep.
I don't know if they're rushing to jump into that though. RJ said, I think Furukawa did say that now that they were entering games with how expensive it is, they have to think how to handle things. Yeah. So
There you go.
It could be. Yeah, I know, Welton. He said N64 games. Yeah, they went up to
Some
70
were,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I forgot about that.
But I think, and this is what Thunderstash said. Instead of you fitting the bill every time you want to upgrade a cross-gen game, he said, why not just let NSO handle that? So as long as you're a Nintendo Switch Online member, just kind of like how they do with DLC and all that other stuff, like the Switch checks if you have the said game, let's say it's Metroid Prime 4, and you pop in Metroid Prime 4 on your new Switch, but you have the original Switch. It reads it. It says, okay, this guy, you're an NSO member. And it automatically just gives you the update, at that point. So
It could.
Yeah.
So you can discern the two. You don't have to pay again You don't have to
Mhm.
have NSO check you every time after that point
Mhm.
because the patch
Yeah,
is
just
already in there.
single check to the
Yeah.
server. It's
That's
we all got
same thing. Same thing.
Nintendo accounts, so.
Mhm.
Yep, and yeah, same thing. I think they would the PlayStation as well. They did the exact same thing. So
Hmm.
So I think
like,
I think that'll probably be like the easiest as far as the cross. It's not crossplay. Cross gen. That's what it is. Cross gen.
yeah, it's cross gen.
Yeah,
Yeah, cross gen games. Like Metroid Prime 4, Metroid for whatever reason, Metroid Prime 4 comes out right before the Switch 2 does, and then you get the Switch 2 version. I think they can do make it a whole lot easier with all the games at that point, right? What
they,
about
they, they going in the chat.
They going in.
uh,
What?
That's good.
like I said, I disagree with you saying that would cause war on social media and hardcore Nintendo fans. I don't think this is a good idea. Oh, I'm guessing because of the NSO, but like most of us have NSO at this point. I would be surprised if
Yeah.
you don't have NSO. To be honest with you, I know a few people have it, but I'm not even talking about the expansion version. I'm just talking about the regular NSO version. Like if you didn't, let's say you were one of the select few who don't have NSO, but you went to grab your Switch 2. I would say that if you plopped it in, you would still get like that enhancement. I think, and we haven't gotten into backwards compatibility yet, so it'll kind of slide into this conversation. But I think you'll get a slight enhanced performance or what have you, or whatever that the Switch 2 can offer. But I don't think, to be honest with you, I don't think if you get a Switch game and move it over to the Switch 2, you're just going to get it for free in that regards. Like I don't think so. I don't think so. Especially if Switch 2 games are more expensive than Switch games. Nah. You could be mad. Nintendo fans could be mad all they want. Nintendo losing $10 on every game just because somebody wants to buy a $60 less game and expect to get the Switch 2 graphics. I don't see it.
Yep.
They'll laugh in your face for that.
Exactly.
Yep.
RJ said that's a good. Oh yeah, appreciate you, bro.
All right, catch you guys later. I gotta take care of some stuff and back to work. So
All right,
have fun.
All right. Peace out.
peace. RJ said that's a good idea, but would Nintendo actually do that? I mean, that would make a good incentive to NSO, but would Nintendo actually do it? I mean, they very well could, and I think too, not to going out on a tangent, but I think that's also the reason why we have Nintendo Music too, is because I think it's all going to sit within that ecosystem
Yeah.
of NSO. Like you'll be able to play music on your Switch too, whether it's on or off, kind of like how they did Smash Bros.
Mhm. Oh yeah, just have all the music there, just play.
Mhm.
Yep.
I think that's the other reason why. Yeah, Andre said it's $20 a year.
Yeah, that's the base one for sure. Yeah, that like the barrier to online, that's $20.
Yeah. Wilton said NSO is great. It introduced me to games I would never have played. Yeah. Like I said, what I'm seeing from Nintendo fans, I'm seeing that they are expecting free patch upgrades. So that's why. Yeah, no, I don't think that's. I don't think that's. You're losing money. You're losing money.
Yeah. The Nintendo at the end of the day is still a corporation. They make great games we enjoy, but yeah, they're gonna be leaving money on the table. I will not set that as an expectation before April 2nd. That might hurt if you get let down on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andre said, like that's a good point. People are expecting to just get free updates, which in the long run would cost money to go back and reprogram. Yeah. And
it's not like a Switch 2 button makes it immediately.
Yeah.
Higher resolution, higher frame rate or whatever.
Exactly. The hardware is capable, but that's in software. You have to change the software around for the hardware to read that it needs to do that, or it's going to do more of the same. That's why I'm saying no, I don't agree with that at all. That is what he said. That's
Like
what I'm
cater to
saying. That Nintendo needs to cater to a whole new market for NSO.
new
And the worst part
market.
is that and Nintendo can do it, and anime fans are crazy and will spend money. Yeah, I don't agree with
I
that.
don't really like I think with okay cater to a new market. So like for Castaway over 150 million, or well, at least let's use Mario Kart's barometer. At least
Yeah.
like 60 some million people that have an active NSO subscription leading
Right.
into April. Yeah, I don't know about all that. I don't think it's like I just now. I mean, what do you mean by like anime? Like, what type of experiences are anime fans looking for in like a Nintendo Switch? That's what I'm kind of curious about. Like, are we talking
Yeah.
about just the manga? Are we talking about more mobile games, but on Switch? Like,
Yeah, because that's kind of throwing me off too. Because if you're talking about
yeah,
anime fans are a niche. Like that's a
yeah,
real small. Yeah, they're very vocal, but that's a really small niche. And if anime fans are there on the Switch, I would say probably a good percentage over 50
hmm
they have NSO accounts in some form or fashion. So getting a free update from checking that you have an NSO account, I think that goes without saying. It just doesn't make to go back to it, it just doesn't make sense to me if you buy a game for the original Switch that's $60 and that same game is $70, but then you want to put it in your Switch 2, the $60 one in your Switch 2 and expect to get the same thing as the $70 Switch. Like that means Nintendo just lost $10 every single time. And that's only for you. Say it's 20 million people. Now you just lost, if it was $1 for every person, you just lost $200 million because everybody wanted a free update. Like
that's so
that's
true.
and it's $60 versus $70. So offering shows and movies for IP through NSO.
Oh,
Oh,
through
okay.
NSO. Oh,
Okay.
I mean, just have Crunchyroll again, and
Yeah,
you're covered for the most part
and listen,
as far
I
as the
know
anime is concerned. Yeah.
I know we've had in the past, like, some of the anime. I forgot who did the anime to Star Fox. Help me out there, Andre. And they've done
Oh, that
like,
was Oh, actually, and now I'm forgetting. Ah, I actually know Suzy. I know who you're talking about. Freddy, you talking about the short film
yeah,
they did before
yeah.
Zero came out? Um, was that Madhouse? That might have been Madhouse.
Okay. So, when you're thinking about that, and you're thinking about all the other IPs that they've had, okay, so that is what he's talking about. If you think about that and all the other IPs they've had, they don't have like direct studios for that. I don't believe. I don't think Nintendo has any direct in-house.
It was Tony. Okay.
Tony did Star. Okay. I don't think they have any direct studio. Toho.
Oh, Toho.
Yeah.
Where'd they get Madhouse from?
They don't have any direct studios that do anime like that. Like, I imagine that they would probably have to outsource at that point or buy studios in order to do so.
I know Nintendo did real quick. I know Nintendo did form that was it Nintendo Pictures. It's like a
Yeah, that's
separate.
what he was saying. And future
Yeah.
projects of how it's
Oh,
going
he
to
just
improve
said okay,
and stuff.
perfect. If you're running how it's going to. Yeah, I'm actually that okay. Okay, now I see where like it's coming from with that for sure.
Mhm.
I don't think we really. I mean, I could have just missed something from one of their little, quarterly investors meetings and stuff, but I don't think we know the full idea of what that is going to be used for. Like, I thought
Mhm.
it could be just support for whatever movies they collaborate, like for like Mario, the next Mario Brothers movie, or maybe even help with the Zelda movie, even though it's live action.
Right.
Yeah, it could be. We just don't know, but yeah.
He said Nintendo can hire animation studios, which is what I was thinking too, to do the work. They don't need to buy. Most companies don't buy animation. I mean, like the only one that they have that I remember as far as animation, and I don't even know if this was when they even had the right. Well, they had to have because it's not really that old. Is Bayonetta.
Mm.
But even still, I get what you're saying, and that would be a good idea. I'm not even gonna hold you up. I think that would be a dope idea. Kind of like how we had back in like the glory days of the 3DS, of having like little shorts and stuff like that. And if they had their own little app or whatever, within the NSO for you to watch all those things. Yeah, I think that would be dope. Do I think that would be day one? No, I don't think that'll be day one. I think that's something that's like more down the line. And I don't even know. I don't even know if Nintendo would want to do it, even if they did do it, if that makes sense to you. Like, I think if they wanted to turn something into an anime, let's say Fire Emblem is a great example. Let's say they do a Fire Emblem anime, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if they would want to keep it just on the Switch. I don't see them just hiding it behind the NSO paywall. Like, there's such a bigger crowd if they leased it out to Netflix. I don't know about Netflix. I don't know if they trust them anymore. But leased it out
to they leak whoever leaked that Zelda project supposedly back then.
Yeah,
they probably don't. They still probably have them on the bad list. So.
Mm-hmm. I think you can see them like doing something with like Prime or Crunchyroll or Hulu, like anybody like them, to share that market, because those markets are so much bigger than even like the Nintendo Switch. You know what I'm saying? Even though we have 146 or 140 million, I can't remember how much it is, Switch users right now. There's so that world of TV itself is so much bigger than just the Nintendo Switch. So to hide it behind NSO, I don't see it happening. I don't think that will happen. I just see them partnering with somebody and calling it good.
Pretty much. Yep.
Let's see. Nintendo making their own. What did Joycey say? Sorry. Nintendo making their own movie on someone else's dime is share. Right. Talk about the Sony. Yeah, that's hilarious to me.
Yeah. Ironic.
like, hey, listen, we balling out here. We got mad money. Who wants to do this Zelda movie? You see the one like coming?
I do.
Can we kind of do that? Who are you? It's me, Sony. Like,
yeah.
I guess you in our backyard. I guess.
Okay, why not? We see y'all over there. We won't say what we seeing, but we'll allow you. Why not?
Y'all house looking a little dingy anyway.
Oh man. Yeah, it's funny how that went down.
If Nintendo makes NSO patches for older games, then I can see bunches of YouTubers using this as attack against Nintendo and creating a whole new narrative. This is why I would rather Nintendo take your Sony path.
I mean, those type of YouTubers are gonna be reactionary no matter what decision they make.
Yeah.
They will be somewhat misleading to straight up clickbait. You click it, maybe halfway through, you'll get the full intent of them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's for the better ones.
And I think they'll turn around and end up still buying so
yep, just as they've all done, just quietly in the background. You won't see in their setup or anything or on their social medias, but they got one.
Somebody else bought this for me, but you're still playing it,
right? Whose account did you? That's your account, right?
Right.
Did they set up your account?
Andre said they could offer up stuff like Kid Icarus, the Smash animations, and Pixar. Yeah.
Oh, I love the Pixar shorts. They
stuff
should
like
put
that could be available through NSO, but I don't expect anything like that. I mean, yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like those make sense. I don't know about full shows though. If it was a full show, I feel like it'd be a full show of shorts.
Yeah, like an anthology almost.
Mm-hmm.
Of just different, like that show on Prime with all the like iterations of like games and like
level. Is it Level Up? Level
something,
Secret
levels. Yeah, I didn't finish. I totally forgot. I didn't go back, but some of them are interesting. Some of them are a little crazy. But yeah, they could do something like that with their their IP. Maybe have other studios collaborate to do those.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
RJ said, would that be smart for Nintendo to have it be exclusive to Yeah, see, that's what I was saying. Put it on Crunchyroll. Yeah. There's more people watching on those platforms. There are way more people watching on those platforms. So to have it sit behind NSO, and then even then, like, you can't even. We're just talking about the base of people knowing, but like, how are you going to push that as a commercial? Like, new Fire Emblem out on, let's say, Hulu comes up. Do you, with the Switch sign, and then you show off this beautiful anime, and then it just says Nintendo Switch Online? Like, and so now the few people that we were talking about before who may not even have a Switch are never going to be able to watch it because they don't have a Switch or a Switch 2. And you're asking them to pay $20 a year on top of buying the actual console because there's no Nintendo Switch Online outside of that console. So I think that's asking too much.
Yeah. That's really the best way to go about it. Just put it on the other apps that already have millions and millions of subscribers. Just, they're interested. They're gonna come back to this Nintendo itself, and get the games or DLC, whichever. So
they need to know the lore and all that other stuff. You would rather them buy the console to buy the game, not buy the console to watch the show.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. If the wheel ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yep. Crunchyroll got hacked yesterday and said there's in their statement agreement. I mean, Sony.
Yeah.
If they didn't do anything on their own, I could see them putting it on Paramount Plus. Yeah, right next to
like
Sonic.
The Sonic movies. Yeah.
Yeah. And that makes me wonder where the Zelda is going to go, because it went to Netflix, but I don't remember it going to like Hulu or anywhere else. So that'd be interesting.
Yeah.
Prime, obviously, because you can buy it, but
yeah.
Said I went and based my thoughts about what YouTubers, in general, but what any company should do when many of them have been wrong. Super facts.
Exactly.
Big YouTubers are the exact same as journalists at IGN. They don't have information; they got feelings. That's like you saying.
The Last of Us.
Yeah, The Last of Us show being exclusive to PlayStation Network when it was huge on Max. Yeah, facts. That is the point, to make people go outside. And I don't think it's gonna work like that though. Like RJ said just above, that's like them watching. That's like The Last of Us being exclusive on the PlayStation Network and it never coming to Max. Like, most of those people would be like, most of those people wouldn't even bother with it, to be honest with you, because to be honest with you, I have a PlayStation. I got a 4 and a 5. I don't even know if I have online. If I do, I'm surprised that I still do. But I'm
paying for mine.
Yeah, I wouldn't bother buying a PlayStation just so I can watch The Last of Us, and then be like, I need to play the game. Like, I feel like that's backwards. Like you would buy the game first, be like, oh, okay, and they've got a show, but I wouldn't buy the online service just to watch the show.
Pretty much, yeah. You might have them for 1 month at most, but after that, that's like the Game Pass thing. Up until Call of Duty, I guess, recently, but yeah.
Nintendo themselves has stated out they wanted their IPs to get more recognition outside of just Nintendo systems than putting them on NSO. Yeah, I think looks like my man got a second one.
Yeah, right. We all thinking the same thing.
Right. I think that that's the reason why Nintendo does so many things outside of just themselves, because they could have easily did Mario and all that other stuff themselves, but I think because at the end of the day, they just want as many people to see their IPs as possible, and to hide them behind their own things, I think is going about it backwards. Let me see. What did you say? That's like saying Mario is exclusive to Switch 2. I just won't buy it then. I believe people will buy Switch 2 if there's NSO with animation show.
What? I mean, people are gonna be excited to get the next Mario on Switch 2 just based off what they show.
Yeah. Okay. So no, like that's like saying the next Mario movie is not coming out in theater. I think he's talking about the game, but
oh, okay. I read it as the game. Yeah.
But that's like saying the next Mario movie is going to be exclusive to Switch 2 or NSO. It's not coming out in movies. How many people do you think that don't already have NSO are going to go and buy a Nintendo Switch just to watch the Mario movie? So now you're telling people, instead of paying the astronomical prices that I pay at the movie theaters
Yeah.
of $25 per ticket.
Oof. It hurts.
You're now asking them to go pay $3.99 for one ticket or to watch it unlimited times, and then have to pay an additional $20 on top of that a year to watch that one thing. I don't see it, man. I don't see it. I will answer this question, Risky. He said, Sandstorm, are you getting Halo on PlayStation 5? No. I'm not getting Halo on PlayStation 5. If I was getting Halo, it would either be for the Switch, or I probably would have already had it on my on my PC. So yeah, man. I mean, you could be hey, however you feel about it. I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong. I just don't necessarily agree with the idea that they should hide their stuff behind, at least their animation stuff behind NSO. I don't think that's a good move. I think it being available to people who already pay on a service, and enticing them to get them interested into an actual game that they will go out and get, I think works a whole lot better. I would say especially this, and I'll use this as a perfect example. If Halo 4, or not Halo 4, if Halo the TV show was stuck behind Game Pass, I would have never watched it. I wouldn't even bother. Like, it wouldn't even be a question or thought for me to pick it up. Like, I would not bother, because I genuinely don't care about Xbox. Like, it does nothing for me. Do I buy Xbox games? Absolutely. Do I care about Xbox themselves? Not at all. So for them, if somebody came to me who has an Xbox and was like, yo, this show is dope, it's the greatest show ever, blah, 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 I am more likely to ask you, can I borrow your Xbox, than I am to buy an Xbox for myself to play to watch a game that I already play a game of. And the show and the game are like completely, they're not separate worlds, but the show is loosely based off the game, put it that way. I would never do it. And I think a lot of people wouldn't do it. You would lose a lot of people that way. You wouldn't make nearly as much money.
Yep, I agree.
Let's see. Let's look at the last couple of these. I'm not about to make this the whole show.
It's very engaging. It's
It
very
is.
engaging.
I just said a Nintendo game is different than an actual show. You're buying a game system to buy games and everything else. You can imagine a Mario movie 2 and Zelda movie exclusive to. Yeah, I can't do it either.
Like the premise of wanting, Nintendo to add more value to the NSO, whether I'm assuming we're talking about base NSO, because I mean, what is currently offered, yes, it was a drip feed, but over the span of nearly 8 years, or not even 8 years, I'm sorry, like 7 years, because it came out a bit later. I think it's pretty good for $20 as a single subscription. If you're talking about the expansion pack for
Mhm.
50, and depending, how hardcore you into like emulated N64 games or something,
Mhm.
then yeah, it's definitely more arguable there. But I don't think this whole locking whole, animation movie film things to just a service. I don't know if that's really the way either.
Yeah, because even
Uh,
if you even think about different anime shows, eventually those shows go to different places. Like
exactly. Yeah.
the some of the best shows, period, they eventually go to different places unless somebody solely bought those exclusive out. Mashal used to be on only Crunchyroll. Now you can get it on Netflix.
Yep. That's true.
Like it just doesn't stay in that space because they want as many people watching it and as much money in their hands.
Hmm.
He said, I understand what y'all saying, but I just believe NSO needs better value right now. It is decent, such as retro games and music, but we need more. And okay, and so with that being said, I think you will get more. I do think you will get more if they can figure out how to do the social media side right. I can easily see
Yeah.
that being with NSO. And like at that point, like I at that point I would like it better than Twitter. Like I don't pay for Twitter, but I would pay for NSO and just so happen to get their social media on top of that. Like I'm cool with that. And if you I would even say they could mirror that model of Twitter and still win people over because there's two models to NSO, right? You got the basic model and then you've got the expansion, right?
Yep.
If you wanted to do the basic model, you can do basic stuff for the as far as the like commenting or helping out, blah 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 blah. But if you have the expansion model, you can add like groups or friends or you know what I'm saying, like whatever seems enticing that they could add to make the expansion that much better than having the base. So people will be like, I don't really like the base, let me get the expansion so I can do everything everybody else can, whether that's like leave the messages in game or something, you know what I'm saying, like just really expanding it out. They really could, I think they really could easily do that. That model sounds better than, to me, sounds better than making just anime behind that. When it comes to movies, then yes, it should be everywhere because it's called them. I mean, yeah.
I think he was agreeing with us there for the most part.
I agree that NSO needs more. But the anime, cartoon, show, movie, comic. Hold on, give me just a second.
Oh, wait. You might still be muted, Sandstorm. Unless y'all can hear him and I can't. Nah, wait, let me see. Let me see. Still can't hear you. Unless you're talking. Yeah, honestly, it is prime time to bring Miiverse back. Well, something like a Miiverse successor, especially how things have gone the past few years. It's definitely time. It's definitely time to bring all the Nintendo fans together in the social aspect again with a better execution. So you are still okay. So you are still muted. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh.
Okay, am I back? Am I good?
Yeah. Okay. There we
Okay.
go.
It's
All
so
right. Cool.
weird because there's two like mutes. There's like a mute at the bottom.
That's what got me earlier. That's why I was like, I thought it was good. Remember, my
Yeah.
headset, a mic or a mute. So
Yeah, that's weird. Okay.
yeah, I'll just fill in some of that time in between.
I
talking about
I
Miiverse.
appreciate it. I
Yeah,
appreciate
no problem. No problem.
it. But also create TV shows for us. So how could any Nintendo fan be mad? I'm not saying we would be mad. I'm just saying the likeliness of it happening is like very slim to none. Like I think everybody would be fine with it. I feel like if they did the same thing, like I said, if they did the same thing with how they did the 3DS where they gave all the shorts and stuff like that. Like Andre said, like I think that would be cool.
Mm-hmm.
If you wanted to hide that behind NSO, that's straight. Me personally, I wouldn't use that as a factor to buy NSO. Like, hey, we got shorts too. I'd be like, so, like,
Cool. That's a distraction. I mean,
yeah, like that's cool.
they're cool shorts, but not worthy of being like, oh, you gotta subscribe because of these shorts, man. Nothing
Right?
like that.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I do want Nintendo to bring back Miiverse so we can communicate with developer like when Kamiya had I still have them on my Wii U.
Yeah.
I think that would be great. It's just they've got to figure out a way to do it to keep all of the weird stuff. And that was something that
I think they did pretty well for the Wii U time for Miiverse. I didn't really use it much on 3DS, when they added later, but it was honestly, I think the only times it was really bad was with like certain games that would have some of the art, like that one Smash Brothers for Wii U stage. I don't think I have to go too deep into that, but yeah, they kind of disabled it for that one because people were on inappropriate things. But I think my ring was decent then, but depending on how they design it now, how it's integrated with the rest of the Switch too itself, then I think it could be a slam dunk as far as being both like a great idea, great execution, and easier usability too.
I think it'll make it make it a lot more engaging, obviously, with people. The one thing that, and this obviously this isn't a Japanese thing, it's more so an American thing to think about, is like the world is different. Like they said, the world is different after COVID. Like people are weird now, you know what I mean? Like people are really weird and go about things a weird way and do weird stuff to, just thinking about the kids and everything. So and that's something that they have to keep in mind. But if they can figure out a way to have like social conversations without allowing those type of things, you know what I mean? Like if you put in a block for you can't add so many numbers or something like that, or you know what I'm saying? Like to keep people from doing like number related things, or like swear words. If you go to try and type it in and like blocks it from being sent, you know what I'm saying? Like so there's certain ways to be able to stop those kind of things, but I know that's what they're really concerned about. And Nintendo, over any of these companies, their users, their own people are what they're concerned about. You can call them kitty if you want, whatever. But at the end of the day, I think it's a smart move, because if I represented something, or I was about something and people were trying to figure out ways to get around that system, like I ain't having it either. You know what I'm saying? Like, my business is my business, and you're not about to change what I look like and what I represent in my business. I don't care who you are. You can call me a punk. You can call me whatever you want. At the end of the day, I'm here about making my money and making sure that my customers feel safe. That's all I care about.
That's facts. Yep. They've been pretty diligent about just about every update they've done for the Switch, or like firmware update. They'll even do like those smaller, I guess, hotfix type updates where they'll just update the swear words. So they've been trying to keep up. I mean, I'm not double checking them like what each word is, but the fact that they keep updating them like every couple of months or so, it shows that they're kind of dedicated to it. So there's effort. There's definitely an intent there. So
yeah, I think they have the capability to do it. I think they definitely can make it happen. They would call Nintendo a censorship, even though they are out here protecting kids. Yeah.
Oh well. A lot of people say a lot of things. So
yeah.
This
is one of those agree to disagree discussions. It was a good. Yeah. It was engaging, man. I did, and I thank you. I appreciate you. Like we don't have to ever agree with everything we say on the channel. Likewise, we don't ever always agree with. And by the way, what up, Squared? I forgot to say what's up. To agree with everything that goes on in the chat either. It was earlier, but one day if Nintendo does, it will prove my point how NSO will grow fast, especially in the Japanese market. I mean, but it already grows fast in the Japanese market. They own the Japanese market at this point.
Whatever they do, they're gonna eat it up right now, unless it's too priced out or something like that. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah. I think so. Nintendo. So this is. Let me stop this to say this because this is actually a good point. And I know if you're like a heavy fan, this doesn't sit well with people, and people don't like this idea. They think it's dumb. They think they should get everything that they want. And I'm not talking about you. Like I'm actually talking about people in general that I listen to talk about Nintendo in such a way. Exodia said I was weird before COVID.
That's right. Same, you're just inside more.
Nintendo sets themselves up always for the long run. Always for the long run. So when we have these ideas of like Nintendo should do this, how come they don't do that? I think it's a dumb idea that they don't do that. You know, how come they haven't made a F-Zero yet? Everybody's clamoring for F-Zero. Why haven't they made a wave race yet? Everybody wants a wave race. How come they don't do this? How come they don't do that? Nintendo's not deaf nor dumb. Like, I know that they hear all these conversations. I know for a fact because I'm in a company where they literally talk about people having conversations about them. Like that is the main topic of our early morning conversation. The thing is you have to, people want the now because we always live in this now type of world. Like, I want this and I want it now. Like, Nintendo's losing out on this. They're going to miss their mark on this, blah, 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 blah. And here's the point I'm making. Nintendo could and possibly would do anything that we are talking about when that well starts running dry. Like, right now, they don't have to do that. Honestly, they didn't have to make a Mario movie. They only made a Mario movie so they can have more people aware of both Mario and the Switch. That's it. That's all I had to do. They didn't have to give us another Mario movie. They're just doing it because Mario was what? Number two as highest grossing animation film of all time.
Something like that. The thing
Like,
is exactly that. Yeah.
Like they really don't have to do that. They're doing it for Zelda because there's a lot of people who know Zelda. What I'm trying to say is that, and this is how I feel about Pokemon 2. Does it suck? Yes, it absolutely sucks because you want them to push forward. You want them to get to that point so you can enjoy this, and this. But if they jump that point too early, let's put it this way: if they jump that point too early, then now you're expecting more from them. You're expecting this, and then they use all their goodies, all their opportunities way too early. They're giving you what's that called? Like, if this was a boxing match, they're looking to try and go the full 12 rounds. You know what I'm saying? But you want it by round 4. You know what I'm saying? You want them to give you everything you got by round 4. They ain't trying to do that. They're not trying to do that. They're trying to make sure and ensure that their money stays long. So anime, all that stuff, yeah, that's a hot idea. I agree with you. That would be a dope idea. All of that stuff coming back would be dope. Every single game that they have ever made coming back as a remake or a remaster would be dope. The chances of them happening anytime soon while they're making mad money, very slim to none. Because they're already following a formula that is working for them. That got them here to this point. They didn't jump on the graphics, the graphics line. Like, they are moving at a steady pace and winning the race. The other two, they didn't tapped out. They didn't hit the pinnacle at this point. Hit the pinnacle and ain't making money. hit the pinnacle and ain't getting sales. The top seller on the PlayStation 5 is Spider-Man 2, and that's like barely over 10 million sold. Meanwhile, a mass amount of the Switch games are over 20 million sold. Like, that's the reason why. So yeah, does it suck? I get you. I feel you. Does it suck that we don't get all of these extra perks and stuff like that? Yes. But at some point in time, they are running along. They are running it long. Will you get them at some point in time? Maybe, possibly. Just don't expect them to come now, because they're sitting there tapping and feeding off the well of money that they're making right now.
They got so much from the Switch gen alone. They're just making a brand new building, just like the first one, to make even more of those games that could sell 20 million plus.
Mm-hmm.
It's really wild. Like, the Switch performance it's mind-boggling.
It is.
It is mind-boggling.
Sony better be lucky that Nintendo in 10 years doesn't give them a update on Switch numbers.
I mean, unless they literally like just stop producing Switch 1 just to have more for Switch 2 for whatever reason, I do really think they're gonna get there. I think they're gonna get there. I remember early on 2017, they kept talking about like this 10-year plan for the Switch. And I always read that it's okay, 10 years they're going to produce this console, even when the next gen, the Switch 2 comes out. So, yeah, I do think they're going to hit that 161 or 160.99.
Yeah.
One of those funny numbers. I think it will just hit that just naturally.
Yeah.
And that, again, doesn't even take into account possible discounts they could do. Like, they bring Nintendo Selects back, it's over. Like,
it's over.
It's over. Price cut one of those Switches, $50, like when or earlier. It's over. Like, it's really over.
Yes, Risky. I did say it. You said Mario is the most popular gaming icon. Yes, Mario is the most popular gaming icon. We already had this conversation. I don't care what you say about Lara Croft. As a matter of fact, I
know you didn't say Lara Croft. No shade to her,
baby Sandstorm.
Okay.
Baby Sandstorm. Come here. This is
in real time.
In real time. She is on her way. This is a perfect example right here. We're going to take a note of one.
Yeah.
This is a gamer right here. This is a true gamer right here. Come on to the other side. This is a true gamer right here. This is a gamer right here. Do you know Xenoblade Chronicles?
Yeah.
No Xenoblade Chronicles. She says she knows Xenoblade Chronicles. Do you know Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
Do you know Call of Duty?
Yeah.
Do you know Madden?
Yeah.
Do you know NBA 2K?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know Smash Bros?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you know let me think of another one. Do you know Fire Emblem?
No.
Fire Emblem with Roy and Marth, and who's the other guy? Crom? Is that the other one? No.
There's a few. Ike with the big sword.
Ike with the big sword. He's in Smash Bros.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Rhea, do you know who Lara Croft is? No. Do you know what Tomb Raider is?
Yeah.
You've heard of Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
What's that about?
I don't know.
Exactly my point. Thank you. I appreciate it. Do you know who Mario is?
Yeah.
Do you know what Mario's about?
Yeah.
Thank you. Enough said. Thank you. Appreciate it.
And there it is.
Does
she know Concord? Does PlayStation know Concord? They said never heard of it. That never came out. No idea what you're talking about. There were never trailers, no betas, no nothing.
Exodia, the movie 1886.
Man,
I think he's talking about the movie Order 1886.
Oh, he might. No, I think he might be talking about the PS4 game.
I know, I'm being funny.
Oh, okay. No, it could have been a movie. It's got the runtime. Man, they probably should get them back and work on some, since they're, was it their VR ventures are kind of crashing right now,
Right.
unfortunately. But yeah,
Spider-Man. How did Spider-Man 2 do compared to Mario Odyssey? That's the question.
right.
How is that even possible?
Mario Odyssey still at $60.
Right.
It's still at $60. Go right
Right.
now.
Like I said, I don't see Nintendo stopping Switch production for a very long time. For a very long time.
Yep.
They
yep.
may even come up with like how the Wii had the Wii Mini.
Yeah. I
They
think
may
they.
even come
I
up
think.
with.
Oh no, my bad. Continue.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say. I think. I think it might be picking up what you're putting down too. I think they're gonna make at least one more revision of the original
Mhm.
Switch. I think they will. Like their new 2DS XL or something like that. Just the final one, and that's
Mhm.
like the more. Actually, that could be it. That could be the more cost effective one.
I think
And
you'll
that
get
one's
a.
cheaper.
I think you may even get a form factored Switch 2 that has not the same exact look, because I think that'll start to confuse people. But
Yeah.
I think like the same aesthetics as far as like the Joy-Cons are,
Mm-hmm.
the Joy-Con differences and the way they look,
Yeah.
but they still slide on to like the original Switch. So
Mm.
like the smaller version as a like homage to the new Switch. Yeah, I can easily see that. Switch would be no entry barrier for the casual. Yeah. Switch 2 will be for Nintendo fans. How dare you say yeah, Pokemon is a masterpiece. I wasn't saying it like that. That's not how I was saying it.
Yeah.
Pokemon the franchise itself is a masterpiece. But the last time that we were on here last week, I don't know if you caught it, Geronimo, but we came up with a whole bunch of ideas of how they could move the Pokemon franchise forward.
Oh, I missed that one. Dang,
Um,
that would have been a good one.
yeah, just like we came up with different ideas. Vito even had like thinking of a Muso Pokemon game. He thought that would have been really cool.
How have they not worked with Koei Tecmo yet? That man, they could add on to that forever. That'd be dangerous. They
Yeah.
could just keep adding to that, just have different Pokemon getting 100 goon like combos
Yeah,
when you fight
yeah.
them. Yeah. Hmm.
Pal
Pokemon
World
is a
did nothing
masterpiece.
to Pokemon risky. Not even singed a hair.
Yeah, it
Pal
really
World
didn't.
ain't never in its lifetime or its next lifetime ever selling as much as Pokemon. That's just not gonna
As
happen.
soon as they get original monsters, that
Right,
don't look like other Pokemon, and we can talk some ball for real.
right. Um,
Copycat game.
but what we were saying is like what, even with all those ideas that we came up with, and I'm sure Nintendo has thought up all these ideas.
hmm
The game is still making money. So like until that well starts running dry, and then people are like, you know what? I really don't even care about Pokemon anymore. That is the time where you're like, here's a new style from Pokemon, and then people are like, I don't like what?
Yeah.
What?
The swerve out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said we're now for enemies
He said they.
forever.
He said they. Oh, sorry. I'm reading what Risky said. They sued Power World and lost. Now that's just misinformation, bro. Like that's not even. Well, I don't know where I don't know where you actually live at, but like that's the case in Japan. It's not even here in the United States. Like
Right.
they just quietly handling things with how they handle it over there. We won't know until maybe one day they're like, oh, it's settled, or Power World people paid Nintendo or Pokemon Company this many millions or whatever.
Right.
We're just not gonna know. So that's just shred misinformation. Like I'm gonna call you out on that one. But anyway, Pokemon is a masterpiece, though. Oh, you are muted again, Sandstorm. Unless you muted on purpose. Yeah, I know.
Did I mute it?
I think so.
Am I
Yeah.
good?
Now you're good now.
Okay. All right. Um. Hold on.
Oh, they
Hold on.
so they did remove the throwing ball mechanic in the Power World game. Interesting. They didn't want the smoke. That's what happened.
Right.
Even though they're about to get, was it Sony money with like whatever collaboration they're doing,
Mm-hmm.
they didn't want the smoke. They didn't want that smoke.
They don't want those problems.
They didn't want those problems. I had no idea they changed the throwing mechanic in the game. I haven't really looked at that game since it came out last year, or whenever it came out. Was it last? I don't remember. It's been a while. But yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna do this math for you. Risky. So I hope you're listening. I'm actually gonna take. Let's see. Power World is one game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
In early access, still not 1.0 full release yet.
In early access.
Mhm.
So the lowest selling Pokemon game is Pokemon Emerald. Selling
my
at
goats.
7 million.
That's a
Pokemon
lot.
Platinum is 7.6 million, so we're already looking at 14 million, right? Pokemon Black and White, so 8 million. So now we're up to 22 million, 23 million because of the point, whatever. Now we got Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon at 9 million. So now we're at 33, 32 million. So the three worst Pokemon games as a franchise are still selling more than Power World. Like I don't know what point you're trying to make. I think you're an ultimate cope, bro.
Hate to
Like,
see it.
yeah. The franchise is selling, and that's just with the mainline Pokemon games. We're not talking about the money that they make off the Pokemon card games, the Pokemon collectibles, the merchandise, the TCG card games, the movies, the TV shows. I can see, but if we survey a random person to identify a Power World creature, surely they would know. Oof! Ooh! Ow! 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 My whole body! Ow! 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 Ow!
That's what-
Golly, squared.
Surely they will know what it's called.
Wow.
I forgot the most obvious blatant copies in their names.
The Lucarios, right? Anubis.
Oh yeah, they just called it Anubis. I couldn't believe that. I like
Yeah.
that one made me laugh the hard. One of the ones that made me have the laugh the hardest because I was just like, y'all just didn't care. You just
Right.
we all knew what Lucario was based off of, and his design is more original than the one you have. How's that work?
That's wild to me.
It is really wild.
Joycey laughed at that one. Yeah, that's funny. I could see Nintendo removing Switch-based LCD and keeping Switch OLED and Switch Lite. Yep. That's what we said earlier.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. This boy funny to me, man. This boy hilarious.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Hey, Risky. Remember that time when you said that? Remember that time when you said that there was no way that Nintendo would have a reveal in the same month that they were having a game come out? And then we talked about how the Switch and Mario, was it Paint? Not Paint. Color Splash came out in the same month. You know what's so crazy? You know what's so funny? The same day that Donkey Kong came out, we had a Pokemon. We had a Switch 2 revealed. That was wild, bro.
Literally the same day. Which
Literally
is
the same day.
and Mario Kart, the new design of DK with the old Donkey Kong Country Returns DK in that game coming out.
Wild, bro.
It is pretty interesting. That's not a big thing in the grand scheme. It's just a funny observation.
Yeah.
And the game's selling well, so.
Andrew said no one outside of the gaming community would look at pals from Pal World and know what they. Yeah. No, that's fact. I watched Lawyer on YouTube, and pretty much Nintendo sued Palworld because of collaboration with Sony and trying to disturb Pokemon market with plagiarism Pokemon design, which makes sense. Yeah. I mean, that's why they should have went at them in the first place. This is why I don't want Nintendo working with Sony and allow them to make Zelda movie. I hope Nintendo learned the lesson that Sony doesn't want to see Nintendo win. So I think that's a little bit different though. And
Sony is more than
Nintendo,
just PlayStation.
yeah, like Nintendo got burned with the the Mario back in the day. And if you remember, even with the Mario movie that just came out, like they were like there. You know what I'm saying? Like they were there every step of the way of how that movie was going to play out. They did not allow them to go too far without getting the okay or not okay for that movie. I imagine it's going to be the same way, if not worse, with Sony, especially the people in the back that they want to see them win, but not win to the level that they win it. You know what I'm saying? And they kind of have a hand in the matter too. Like they can't purposefully ruin a Zelda movie and be like it was Nintendo's fault. Like nobody's gonna fall for that. You know what I'm saying? Like you, Sony, produced the movie. Like you are the one who put out the end product at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? If anybody's gonna be mad, it won't be most of the people mad at you for messing up a beloved franchise in the first place. They're not gonna get mad at Nintendo. They're gonna get mad at you. And now you're gonna look even worse because you already have a studio like that, right? So you talking about all your Spider-Man movies already doing bad? You might as well forget those at that point because ain't nobody gonna watch your stuff after that point. But yeah, I think I think they'll be basically hand in hand with all intents and purposes for the Zelda movie. They will not allow them to go too far away from what they want. So do I agree Sony will sabotage the Zelda movie? No, I don't think so. They won't even have the opportunity to do so. I don't think so. Nintendo, put it this way. Even if Nintendo was like, hey, we're gonna let you do all the production and we're not gonna do anything, we'll let you have like full control to be able to do all the stuff. Even at the end, they would show the end product to Nintendo before it got out to the rest of the world. And if Nintendo ain't gonna like it, just like how Bandai did with Metroid Prime, they'll be like, nope, give it to somebody else. Give it to somebody else. We ain't even being bothered with you. Sony would destroy Zelda to push Horizon Forbidden West.
That's just conspiracy territory right there. Like,
yeah, you just coming up with fake stuff. I like your energy. I like the fact that you have a quite extreme thought process, but nah. Not at all. That's not gonna happen.
yeah.
But we're about 2 hours and 30 minutes. I guess we can call it here. I can put my daughter to sleep. Let's see. I have zero knowledge of who Princess. That's a lie. But they all know that's a lie.
Well, I'm surprised he keeps trying to push Lara Croft. I mean, she is a '90s icon, but like definitely not higher than Zelda.
This man is really trying.
Yeah. He caught his third win tonight.
Yeah.
Hey.
Huh.
Who is Wait, come around here. I'm glad I have proof. Who is Princess Zelda?
Princess Zelda is someone that Link tries to save.
Okay. And what game is she from?
Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, or any of the other Legend of Zeldas.
Okay. Who is Ellie?
I don't know.
That's crazy. Who is Tifa?
I don't know.
Wow, that's amazing. Who is Alloy?
I've heard it, but I don't know who.
Don't know.
Exactly what Horizon deserves.
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. Thank you, babe. Appreciate you. Get ready to go to bed. That's exactly what I thought. She ain't know none of them. She ain't know none of them. And best believe she is a gamer. And don't and I'm telling you now, Risky, don't say nothing negative about my daughter. That will get you banned. That will get you banned. But he's committed to his little delusions. Yeah, he is committed. You know what I'm saying?
He's your biggest fan, Sandstorm, for sure. He comes through every time and talks just like this the whole time. That's dedication, man.
I swear, man. I feel like he's like in his mama's basement or something. He's like,
it's gotta be. It's gotta be. Just, I'm gonna troll him today.
Right.
Which low hanging bait will I type this time? But anyway.
Is it 9 o'clock?
Oh my god.
No, I know you didn't say anything. I'm just saying, don't say anything about my daughter. Anthony Risky to have a cameo in the Horizons movie as he plays as a head boy. Yeah, that would be funny.
The extra in the background.
Right. He'd be like, "Great job, Nintendo."
That's not in the script. Like,
right, yeah. Ally crushes Nintendo again. I have to feel like you have to be from an older generation to know who Tifa is.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, you do. But my daughter knows who Cloud is. So that's
Cloud has been in 2 Smash Brothers games, so
yeah.
At the very least.
And what's even wilder is she's watched the whole Abbott children. So
oh wow. Oh.
Yeah. So she's seen these characters.
Tifa,
but she doesn't know these characters. Yeah.
Yeah. I haven't seen that in a long time.
Yeah.
How much money do y'all think Horizon's going to make on movie theater?
Not much.
I'm never good at predicting like movie sales. I just don't.
Yeah.
Will
I go watch it? As long as it looks good. As long as it looks compelling to me, I'll go watch it. I'm not even going.
I would probably go and watch it. That's like the one game I've tried multiple times to really get into, but I don't know. It's like it's a beautiful looking game. I'm sure the characters' interactions are great, but like the world is just, it looks good, but there's nothing to do in it.
Nothing to do in it.
For how full of life it appears it is, it's like a lifeless world to go through, and that just bores me every time, which is crazy. So I feel like I would like that more in a movie format for sure.
Risky. I don't even know who BAFTA is, and why do I care about them? Like
BAFTA. Oh, that's like a that's what is BAFTA? Something like overseas. Something came out. I forgot.
See, I don't care about.
I know what you're talking about though, and that is actually kind of funny. But I think it's based out of the UK because Lara Croft. Yeah.
BAFTA picked Lara Croft as the most iconic video game character over Mario. That's great. But I just showed you somebody who didn't even know who that was.
British Academy film. Okay. British Academy Film Awards, BAFTA. Okay.
When a person says if something looks good, doesn't necessarily mean graphics, bro. It has to look good, as in the story is compelling, the sound is compelling, the people in the actual movie are compelling, not the looks just by sight. Especially when it comes to movies, you talking about two different things. I would even say in gaming too. That's the same thing. If I say the game looks good, it means the story is compelling, the gameplay looks good, the graphics look interesting enough to me. Yes, that's a piece of it, but it's not the whole title. British Academy of Film and Television Awards. Oh,
yeah, so it's British. Yeah, and Lara Croft's character is British or English, whichever. So that's gonna be their bias, and it's probably just a bunch of older people on the panel anyway.
Let me ask you this question, Risky. Who has a theme park and who doesn't?
True. Yeah, multiple at this point.
Yeah. Who Whose name is just as big, if not bigger, than Mickey's? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Because I'm pretty sure it's not Lara Croft. I'm pretty sure that everybody is not fiending and fighting to get the next Lara Croft right now. I'm pretty sure that's the case.
Yeah.
Core Design is a Brit developer. That makes more sense.
He better not try and reach for the Lara Croft movies. I feel like if you do that, you're just not being truthful.
Yeah.
Like those movies aren't even that good. They haven't aged well.
Yeah.
Just like, oh.
Man. Universal has a theme. That's funny. Did they pick up Lara Croft for one of their themes? Because I don't ever
Lara Croft world.
Yeah.
Just imagine there's a bunch of inconspicuously ethnic like coons you climbing through. It's like, well, should they have made? No, I'm just...
Right.
That sounds hilarious. We just
tell me when The Last of Us actually has a theme park.
We don't want that. We don't want that. Period. Oh no, zombies are real. Let's get out of here.
Right. Let me behave like Risky for a second. Horizon has theme park. Meanwhile, Mario does not. I hope Microsoft's buying Nintendo.
Horizon has theme park. Hey, it's just Twitter brain at this point. It's just Twitter brain and like ADHD combined. I do have a soft spot. Yeah, I do say that. I'm really just saying that like someone trying to like unironically like try and claim that for like the one Mario movie or something, like just don't. That first one was decent. I'll give it up for the first one. The second one, it lost me. I just was like, okay. And I never saw the third one. That was like the one based off the 2013 version. But yeah.
Again, does Astrobot have a theme park? Because I'm pretty sure that it doesn't. Not outside his own video game.
Right.
It's called Natural Caverns.
Natural Caverns.
Lara Croft world.
Dude, Croft world is funny.
Yeah, he is.
It's pretty funny.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming through. We really appreciate it. Once again, I thank our newest member, Geronimo, to the Stormcast. Really appreciate you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for everybody who showed up in the chat. Before we get out of here, Geronimo, what you got up for us, man?
Yeah, so you can find me mostly on Blue Sky, Threads. I usually just post game clips or just whatever's going on. But as far as the YouTube content is concerned, I'm gonna be working on another video. I think I might go over the 2017 Switch presentation again because I haven't really looked at it ever since it came out. We've kind of passed the time it did. Now the Switch 2's been revealed. I kind of want to kind of go through that again and like try and get an idea of what they may try to do for the April 2nd one.
Okay.
Yeah, so I might do a video on that, and I don't have any other unboxings anytime soon right now. But yeah, that's pretty much the next thing in the pipeline for sure.
Okay. Yeah, that actually sounds like a whole lot of fun.
Yeah.
Risky, no, but it has love from all gamers. Yeah, it definitely does, and that's why it sold. Barely enough to to me ends meet because it definitely didn't sell Nintendo numbers.
Yeah, not at all.
That's funny. That boy is funny. I'm pretty sure that, like Jay said, what's the name of your dude? Oh yeah.
On my bay. Let me go and link it. I appreciate y'all.
And that's my fault too. I will make sure to have as well the link in the description below. For you guys, so you guys can check out the channel. Make sure you subscribe, man. If you haven't subscribed to Geronimo, make sure you subscribe to his channel.
That link works. Hopefully it does.
So for here on the Sandstorm Show, you know how we do every Saturday at 7 o'clock. Vito will be back next week for Vitoverse on Friday. So we will definitely have that going again. At least that's what he said. So tentatively speaking, Vitoverse will be next Friday again. So make sure you guys show up for that as well. Tomorrow is the Winging It podcast. I may or may not be there. I'm not.
Oh, really?
Sure for sure. Yeah.
I'll definitely be in the chat tomorrow for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna try and be, but I'm not 100% sure. It's the last day with my daughter before she goes back to her mom's. So yeah, we'll see. And then Monday is the Jill podcast. So make sure you guys show up for that as well, because I know we have more to talk about as far as Switch 2, just like we did on this channel. Outside of that, thank you, Exodia, for coming through. RJ, Wilton, Jay Biggs, Squared, appreciate you, bro. Wilton, I said that before. Risky, that's always okay to see you.
He's like, he just brings content, and that's it.
Yeah. Leck, thanks for holding down the majority of the conversations. That was invigorating. I really appreciate you. Andre, thank you for coming in the chat and keeping us all sane. Joycey, it's always a pleasure, madam. Like I said before, if I have to pay for your cam and your mic so we can get this interview on you about this live, I will do it. Don't play with me. Don't play with my gangster. All right. Brand Smith, thank you. And anybody else, Dark Void, I know you were listening, so thank you, bro. Really appreciate you coming through. Other than that, we'll see you guys later.
Peace.
Peace.